Alright, welcome to the podcast.
What episode are we on?
I have no idea.
Oh god, I'll look it up.
Timeslot episode 12.
It's 12, yeah.
Look, we had a little bit of a vacation. That's why we didn't have a podcast last weekend.
We missed a week.
We missed a
It's
dark
been a month.
week.
Holy fuck, it's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Do you really?
Did we miss 2?
No, we just missed one.
It's bi-weekly, Robbie. Did you forget about that?
No, but that should be 2 a month. How could we miss a month?
Because we haven't recorded in a month, because it's every other week that we upload.
Right.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 3 years?
So we're doing this, if it sounds a lot better, it's because we're all in the same damn room.
Yeah, we took a vacation, but then we're all in the same place.
Yeah.
We're all over at Robbie's, just hanging out, having a good time.
We have a special guest today.
Say hi.
Hi.
That would be Alexa.
We did a lot of recording.
It is 12.
We're on 12? We did a lot of recording, so she's gonna be special guest on a couple episodes as well. Of, what is it? New Super Mario
Brothers. It's on the Wii. It's the one on the Wii. There's a couple of them that
The
play
new
almost
old
exactly
one?
the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
the new old Super Mario Brothers.
The remastered version.
Yes, because they remade the same game, only they added cat suits. Oh boy!
And penguin suits.
Now you can be a furry in
and fly
Mario.
caps. I think that...
Did they add that in?
Oh, no, the Wii U version, they added the cat suits.
Yeah.
They're not in the one that we
Are we
played.
talking Katsus or are we talking Tanukis?
Cat suits, because you can, it helps with climbing on those walls.
Basically, it's the same game, only hey, there might be one more new power up. Oh
Yeah.
boy! I mean, a gold power up was enough to justify one on the DS. So.
I actually have something to talk about and bring up today.
Oh my God! Please do.
We can
Berserk's back from hiatus, like their 17th hiatus.
Wait, seriously?
They released a new chapter like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, guess what?
It's so exciting.
Oh, I can't wait for him to release 2 more chapters and go on hiatus again! Oh boy!
Yeah, they need to just finish it.
Well,
I think it's on its last arc. It has to be
look,
on
Dragon
its last
Quest
arc.
is really fun, okay? It's really fun. No, it takes so much time. At this point, I don't care. As long as it gets finished at some point, I don't care how long it takes. Because the artwork is godly, and he needs time to
it
do
was
artwork.
very beautiful. But
He
it was
needs
it was all about politics. There was no fight scenes. Nothing.
Sounds to me like a good old-fashioned chapter of Berserk.
Yeah, it wasn't like
I like
anything.
the dialogue. Berserk is something where I can deal with not having any action scenes for like 2 or 3 chapters, as long as I never get it again for another 3 years. But I don't mind.
It's been probably a year now.
It has since like the last chapter, which was all about it wasn't even all. The last chapter wasn't even all like released at once. It was like released in little parts. Of like
I think that's how this
spoilers
is.
for a million-year-old manga. I guess that's coming out now still. Griffith was like fighting some trolls or something, just ending some trolls' whole careers.
I'll share with everybody. No, come on, phone. Don't do this.
Share it on the audio podcast.
Go ahead,
Let me
Forrest, keep
see.
talking. I'm showing things. to
Oh
people
boy,
Because it looks cool. So fuck you.
these Pokemon art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're shiny.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
They're shiny. Ooh, look at it.
I've been seeing a lot of these like holographic-esque gold and silver art recently, and I think it's really cool. I really want to try it.
How do people make these?
I think they use like a sheet of like shiny paper and they kind of trace over it and...
I think it's gold and silver Sharpie.
No, I don't think that's
Is it
it.
metal
I think
paper
it's...
and they're...
I think it's metal
Oh, like
paper.
the scrape
okay,
off
that
stuff.
Cubone looks
Okay.
pretty cool.
Well, not even the scrape off stuff. I think they have it's like
Continue
a
your story.
thin sheet of like gold or
Continue
silver
what
paper.
story? It's just that Berserk
And they cut
needs
it
to
and then
finish.
just like put it on.
I was really happy
Okay.
with what was coming out in Berserk now about we're finally getting some
Simple.
answers, and then it never gives us the answer that we want. Like how long have we waited since the beginning of Berserk to get back this character?
Casca?
And this character is still, finally came back, said a couple words of dialogue, and then immediately something happens and we cut away.
Yep.
Like immediately.
Yep.
It's like that's all everyone wanted. That's all I wanted. I just wanted the character to do the whole arc and stuff, let it happen and everything, and it's just not working.
Yep. And I think a new,
There are several places where this series could end, and I don't even care if it's a good ending. I just want it to end. at this point.
Yeah, I want a good ending. I'm so tired of things being rushed and bad endings coming out.
A little bit of bad burn from Game of Thrones do we have here?
Yeah, we can't say much because she isn't caught up, but...
Do you want to catch up if you know it's poopy ending?
I was about to say, at this point, because all of the...
Here's the thing, like, do you make someone watch that series if they get all this wonderful narrative build up and then it ends on a turd? Like, do you want them to watch, like, the 70, how many hours?
70 hours. The whole
70
series
some
is
hours?
70 hours.
Yeah, 70 some hours of videos of their life gone
Well, that's what
to
I'm
experience
saying,
a
though.
poopy ending?
Yeah, like, if
Like, do you want to do that?
if it's a bad ending, why would you waste your time to see the horrible ending?
What the hell?
Some fucking flexibility right there.
Contortionism.
Robbie isn't doing the memes this time, I am.
I would still like... Because the rest of the show was amazing. It was okay, so up till
But it
season
doesn't it
6
feel
was
like...
fantastic.
But doesn't it feel kind of pointless, though, at that point?
Kind of.
Like, I would be burned. I would feel real burned if, like, I watched and
I
stayed
feel
with
burned.
something that long. Imagine all the parents that named their kids Khaleesi.
I know.
Or did something like that.
There's a meme
and
about
then that kid is going to be growing up going, you're stupid. You had a terrible ending show. That's what your name's based on?
I mean, the first issue with that is you're naming your child after a TV
Well,
show.
those people are stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. If you're going to do that, if you're going to, like, let's say you name your kid, I don't know, what's like a movie series someone would name their kid after?
Obi-Wan, Anakin.
Oof.
Oh, you mean like a Star Wars? Okay, well,
Padme.
let's say you named your kid Padme, or no, not Padme, that's the prequels, hold on. Let's say you named your kid Leia. Your kid Leia. And then, you know, those movies are done, and you're like, oh, I named her after the original trilogy.
And then
Okay.
7 or...
Well, no, you'll be like, I named her after the original trilogy. That's fine, right? Because
No.
you named her after the original trilogy. You didn't name her after the prequels, and you
Doesn't
didn't name her
matter.
after that.
You should come up with the names yourself. You shouldn't try and take a name.
But
from
they give you
something else.
money sometimes if you name your kids after
Even if it's generic, I don't want a child
Oh,
named...
you want like a Luke. Luke is generic enough that you
Luke's
can name
fine.
your kid Luke.
That's a fine name.
You could just say that, oh, that has nothing to do with that. I'm just Luke.
I have a friend... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Go ahead.
I have a friend who made her child's middle name Ford.
Ford?
After the truck.
Like the truck.
Yes. That child is going to grow up being bullied.
No, middle names aren't really seen.
And even then,
Sometimes you can ignore middle names altogether.
I'm bullied for my middle name.
People don't know my middle
I think
name.
your middle name's cute.
Michael.
Well, I told you my middle name. That's
No, I heard
different.
your mom say it.
Well, yeah, she's gonna say that when she's mad at me.
Like, I personally think it's just a personal preference. I mean, obviously Ford is a little bit different, but
It's a little
I
bit
have
different.
a family friend.
Suzuki.
Well, I have a family friend that named their kids after, like, video game characters, like Celeste, Tessa. They named their dogs, like, Zelda and Link.
Well, they're dogs.
Dogs are
Even though-
different.
but even though-
Dogs are not children.
They named their actual kids, though, like Celeste. I think that was from, like, Final Fantasy.
But those are actual
Yeah.
names. Khaleesi is stupid.
It's so Game of
It would
Thrones
sound
that it's not
okay
gonna...
if it was
Callie?
if it was
If it was an
English.
actual-
If it was English.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's not
Callie?
English.
My name's Callie. Not
I know someone
Khaleesi.
actually named Callie. It's
Callie's
Kelly,
an
but
okay
K-A-L-L-Y.
Eh.
It's an okay name.
If you can shorten it, maybe.
It's after an Indian god. That's fine.
Like, come up with your own names. People are so... They're just
we
trying
come
to
up
be
with our
so
own names.
unique.
You said generic names are okay.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Robbie,
Because
I was
all
gonna
of
name-
my names have been stolen off of relatives.
Robbie-
Me and my brother.
Robbie, you know what I would
Every
name
single
my
one has been
kids?
stolen.
That's tradition.
my
My
kids-
name is... I'm named after my dad. My middle name is my pap's
Exactly,
first name.
that's-
My dad's name came from... I don't know where my dad got Robert, but
First
his
kid-
middle name is his pap.
Forced-
Tradition. Tradition is fine.
First kid, Force Jr.
Eh.
Let's do
Like
it.
I said, I think it's just personal preference. There was one lady, though, that named her kid, I can't remember how it was pronounced, but it was spelled A-B-C-D-E.
Absidy.
Absidy.
Oh, Absidy. Yes. I was gonna make that
Yeah.
reference. I was gonna make that reference. Yeah.
I tell you what, that kid's never gonna have trouble with the alphabet.
I deal with so many... From where I work, whenever I'm creating a new user, I get names that I don't even know how to pronounce.
You mean like D'Artagnan? D'Artagnan was the weirdest name we had in high school.
Yeah,
D'Artagnan.
Look, people. Number one, sometimes people like it's the same. It's a name you've heard before. It's just spelled in such a wild way that you've never expected it to even sound like that.
And that's what's annoying to me is people are trying to be so unique. Uniqua, that's a name.
Uniqua.
There's someone out there named Uniqua.
I used to work at Chuck E. Cheese. Let me tell you about this. I used to host parties there. That was interesting. There was this lady that came in. She wanted a party for her two twin daughters. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. What's their names? Lioness and Empress.
It's just stupid.
Oh, no.
And those kids
Yeah.
are going to be bullied. And that's what I don't want because that's how school shootings happen. That's how...
Suicide, controversy,
Okay.
controversy.
You'll find on the graph here that Uniqua was obviously what's her name when she realized her got to middle school. She realized she wasn't unique, and she got mad.
There are two reasons for school shootings happening. Bullying and mental illness. That's
But
it.
those are also mainly combined, and even then,
Both of which.
Everyone's having a nice, calm
Everyone
conversation
has.
about unique names. Oh, school shootings, okay? Just, wait a minute.
Both of which, though, everyone
Segue.
has to deal with.
Nice segue.
Like, everyone has to
everybody.
deal with bullying. Everyone has to deal with.
Yeah, but
Some-
like if you're
well,
being
no,
bullied
Some
for
people
your name...
can't take it as well. So.
I feel
Once
like
puberty hits, your facial structure, your body's going to change,
Oh,
for
yeah.
better or for worse.
Exactly.
It's going to happen.
Ooh, speaking of which, this week, watched a video of me from 5 years ago, before the voice change.
Oof.
you ever see your younger
Your
self and be
name,
like,
though.
I punched that kid.
Squeaky, squeaky.
Your name
It's
is
permanent.
pretty much
It's
forever,
permanent.
unless if you want to pay, I think it's $300 to change it.
Why would you want to?
that is stupid. Like, I don't-
Just say, hey, call me this.
That's how
I mean, you
nicknames
could,
work, though.
but
That's
that's
all-
always going to
that's
be
when
you're
people-
going to have to use your signature as your full name.
Unless
Although they're not-
Empress
unless-
Uniqua.
unless you get well known
Ford.
unless you get well known on the internet. That is a way to change your name. A loophole. If you get well known on the internet, you can make your username
And-
or whatever you want it to be.
Nobody
Become
call,
your name.
everybody calls me Sime.
Look,
I just call
my
him
my
Empress.
child Empress Uniqua Ford is a good girl. Okay, you guys need to leave her alone.
It's just
Shaquifala.
stupid.
Khalifa.
What did you just say?
Shaquifala.
Shaquifala. Watermelonisha.
Okay, no! Back, this is getting to a very great
Well, this immediately went sour. Like as soon as we just Robbie is like, I gotta interject some really heavy shit right now.
Can we name one of our kids Sour Patch Kid?
This is my little sour patch.
I would-
One of
use
his
it
name's
as a
Sunny
nickname.
D.
Sunny D.
His first name's Sunny. His middle name's just D.
Oh no.
D-E-E.
Yeah, D-E-E.
D-E-E.
Yes.
His last name Respect.
Respect. Praise. His last name's
Praise.
Praise.
I happen to look
Sonny
over
Praise.
at I happen to look over at Shadow of the Colossus. What's the horse's name?
Aggro.
Aggro. That's what I'm gonna name my son.
Aggro. Aggro.
You pulling aggro?
Get aggro.
You pulling aggro? Aggro.
He can't ever play
World of Warcraft. You can't play any MMO.
any MMO.
Pulling aggro.
Why would you subject your kid to that?
See, but that's the point, though.
Name them something
Robbie,
generalized. You
you
can
can
always
just
give
think
kids
about that.
nicknames. Nicknames are fine. Nicknames aren't permanent on a piece of paper.
Right.
Nicknames aren't written every morning in class for all the kids to see or during roll call. Hey, Aaron! Aaron, you like to, don't name your kids something
Jake Quillen.
strange.
I can only imagine if my dad names me after the nicknames that he gave me, like Lunchbox from oh gosh,
It's
what is it?
Lunchbox here.
No,
Lunchbox.
it's from oh gosh, what is it? Jay and Silent Bob. And then
It's Optimus Prime in the building.
he called my
Weird
little sister
names.
Meatball. Imagine if her name was Meatball.
Family Guy. Meg's name is actually Megatron.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, don't.
I mean, I'm cool with naming my
kids
kids that.
something that. Well, you can
No.
shorten it now to Meg.
There's no.
Yeah, it's Meg. It's Megatron.
That's the thing. I feel like there's like a little bit of a window. If you can shorten the name at least, it isn't as bad. It's still bad.
It's a little
Isn't
bit of
as
mercy.
bad.
I'm not creative, so my son. If I have a son, he's being named Robert.
You're just gonna continue on the tradition.
Yeah.
So little Forrest Jr. and little Robert Jr. can hang out together.
with
Be friends.
Unique
As we sit on the porch and just be like, oh, our kids are friends.
Unique Ford.
Now, I wouldn't
Unique
actually
Ford.
mind taking, like you said, video game character names.
Yeah.
That's not
As
bad.
long as they're realistic.
Also, they're
realistic.
more
Well, they don't
obscure as well.
sound terribly.
Yeah, like
Like-
Celeste. That's
like-
a good name.
That's a
How
good
about
Tessa?
Jack from the Jack and Dexter series? Just spell it with J-A-K. Jack
Jack's
is still a
fine.
normal name,
Jack's
Or
fine.
Tara.
but it also is a video game character name.
I don't know about spelling it like that, but
Well,
yeah.
otherwise there's no point in the
Well, I mean,
reference.
how many different ways can you spell Zach?
True. I don't think you can spell Jack J-A-C-H though. I don't think that works.
You
that
can
doesn't.
try.
Zach.
Doesn't look
Jatch. His name's Jatch.
Is there a Jatch in the building? Oh, it's Jack.
I'm sure people have tried that though at some point because people
Oh.
always try to make these weird ways of.
Look how many
Because
different
they'll
ways
use like regular names, but then they'll try to spell it weird, like
The many ways of Caitlin.
Caitlin, yeah. I was just thinking that. Caitlin, Alyssa.
What's
Q-A-I-T-L-I-N.
what's like the ultimate power name that the kid can choose whatever the hell they want it actually?
Thanos.
That is not. I meant like.
I guarantee you there's
I
kids
meant
out
like
there
if
named
you,
Thanos.
if you
right
name your
now.
kid, let's think like if you name your kid Edward, they get Ed, they get Eddie, they get Edward, they get like they can feel like they're
That's
from
not as cool as like
Richard.
Ed
Jill.
from like Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Rob,
reference to that?
you got
reference to-
Robbie, you got
Richard.
Bert.
Rich,
You got Dick
Richard,
from Richard.
Dick.
Richard, yeah.
I don't know why Dick and Richard are exclusive to each other. I never understood that. It's like,
No,
Richard, so I can also be called Dick. A completely different thing.
No. What about William and being called?
Bill? Yeah, that's another thing that makes no
I
sense
have to deal
me.
with that one. Welcome to my middle name getting
You just
called.
snapped yourself in the face. Holy shit! Are you okay?
Mike just lifted his phone and smacked his glasses out of his
I feel
face.
like I don't know if like Mike
Sometimes
bitch
I
slapped
forget
himself
they're
in the
It's okay. I
face.
run into walls all the time.
I feel your pain. The more this little trip goes on, the more I'm like, this is my spirit animal.
Actually, you don't just run into walls, you run into everything all
I
the
do.
time.
I have a strong relationship with things that are
Walls?
just stuck to the ground and
Oh
stable.
my god. At work, we have these freaking, like, desks with these freaking books on them, historical records and shit. They're, like, right at hip level. And the amount of times I've taken them to the side of the freaking
Oh my
hip
gosh.
is terrible.
I feel like that futon out there, the amount of times my hip and that futon are absolutely in love. 'Cause-
Well,
oh,
At least,
Hurts.
no.
see, I have a special relationship
That's
with
so
wheelchairs.
Oh.
In that I wear scrubs at work, and I have pockets right here. I have ripped the pockets on my scrub tops so many times from walking past a wheelchair, and the wheelchair handle scoops into my pocket and rips my pocket off.
Tries to pickpocket you.
It happened. I don't like when I worked at a nursing home before, and it happened so many times. I had to get like so many new pairs of shirts because I would walk past. I'd be taking someone in the wheelchair. I'd leave them. I'd walk away. Whoosh, rips right off my damn pocket.
wheelchairs are just out to get you.
They are.
They're like
Roll
little-
down and they roll down. Roll down. Fuck, I can't speak. They roll down at me. They attack me. Damn it.
Or even then, what happens also that's pretty often, whenever you get your belt loop stuck in those hooked door handles, the
Oh,
ones that,
God.
I don't think we have them here, we have little round ones, but the ones that go like the hook, I don't know how to explain it.
What is it?
Whenever your belt loop gets stuck on a door handle,
Oh, the
Oh, like,
ones.
so
This
it's
is
the
why-
handle's not like a knob, but it comes out and there's a handle.
That's why
Yes.
it should always be the round one. You
Yeah.
can get caught on.
I
those.
still get caught on those with my
How
bags
do you
in the
get
morning.
caught on those?
I have my laptop
very
bag.
carefully.
Oh.
When your headphones get caught on something.
I hate
They ripped it
that.
right off your damn head.
That's why I
When you
have
drop your
AirPods.
phone- When you drop your phone and you have earbuds in.
Robbie, he can't
Oh,
hear us.
yeah, they freaking-
Robbie, no! Robbie, don't walk towards that
I have-
Ford with that Unique was driving. No, he can't hear us. The AirPods. Take him out.
I had one kid that he didn't bully me. He did one time, but it stuck with me because I hated it. I always had headphones in because we had to wait outside in the mornings.
Yeah, I remember.
So I had my headphones in, and I was just standing there listening to music, and he came up to me and said, "Take those effing headphones out of your ear," grabbed the cord and yanked down, and I was ready to fight. I was so
You should have clocked
pissed.
him
I
in the
would have
face.
broken his nose.
Oh, I was so pissed.
You want to stop a bully from bullying you? Clock him in the face once. They won't
I-
think it's worth it. Even if they win, they won't go at you again.
Well, that's how we're raising my little sister, and she, oh my gosh,
I
she's a
mean-
little firecracker. Did I tell you about this time? She has friends that are guys that are neighbors, so she hangs out with them a lot. They like to play rough, and because they're boys.
Boys will be boys.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they're kids. They roughhouse.
Yeah.
This one started to try to bully her, and we told her, we're like, next time he does it, you punch him in the nose. Sure enough, his parents came to the house one time, and they're like, so Fiora ended up punching our son in the nose, and my mom was like, oh, well, she told us that he was making fun of her, and so, yeah, sorry. That's what he gets.
Oof.
And he's never done it again, though. He doesn't bully her anymore.
I don't know if this is even good advice to give, honestly, but that's how my bullying stopped. You get bullied a bunch, they think you're not going to do anything, and then you shove one in their locker and push the other one over, and you go, and they're like, he's crazy, don't fuck with him anymore.
So since we're reliving our high school past,
Oh no.
How did you know I got bullied in high school?
That's why I found it funny that you were talking about punching people in the face, Forrest. I was like, I don't remember Forrest ever punching anyone.
Yeah, I got in a fight with someone that, you know.
I was only ever in one fight in high school, but
I was in 2 fights before, and they didn't last very long, and neither of them had a conclusion, but they stopped all my problems. So
I witnessed countless fights.
Yeah, but the high school fights were stupid. It literally was like one person punching somebody or knocking someone to the ground, and that was it.
Hang on.
That was the highlight of our high school.
So I watched a fight.
Somebody get out the phone! Get out the phone!
Steven
Yeah.
and Joe.
Oh.
That was middle school, I remember.
Oh, those two went at it?
Yeah, I forget I don't remember what they were fighting about, but it was outside by the bell. And Steven was annihilating Joe, and then Mike got into it, and then
Yeah, that makes sense.
it kind of stopped because
I had to
2
go through
against
3
1.
different Joes until I figured out which one you were talking about.
We have multiple Joes.
We have multiple Joe and Mike combinations.
Hey.
Fuck you. And then the next one I witnessed was Jonah and Andy.
Was that the one at K&K?
Yeah, the one that I'm on video on, over a baggie of oregano and hard-boiled eggs, because they thought it was weed.
Oh my god.
Yep, that was hilarious.
You told me about that.
That was hilarious.
Oh,
Jonah
no.
demolished Andy and like ripped his shirt to shreds
Well, that's
because Andy
right.
kept trying to run, and Jonah grabbed him by the shirt and ripped him to the ground. Oh, it was great.
That's kind of their own fault, though. If they
Jonah's the
think
one that sold it.
That's their fault, though. If they think that oregano and eggs looks like a bag of weed.
It's like because the eggs are sticky and you can pack the oregano to it to look like nugs.
But still, even then, that's...
Why do you
You
know
don't
this?
understand what school we came from, okay?
College.
God.
The fact that we had an abandoned railroad track that we called K&K should already give people an idea of how
Yeah.
fucking bad this place was.
She was there. She went there.
I've been there a couple times.
What did you think about it?
Don't stay. Don't
That
stick
we drive
around.
around.
Yeah.
Don't stick around.
What did you think about our beautiful town?
It's fun.
Take her to the ridge.
I just can always
Take her to the
remember.
ridge.
Cherry ridge.
Take her to the ridge.
Oh,
If you want something that exemplifies where we came from, we're driving. I remember we were driving on the school bus home. We went through the middle of town. This is the middle of town. This was on. What the hell was it? I can't remember if it was a weekend or during the week, but it was in the middle of town. And someone bust open a window from a top, like an upper floor of one of the buildings, and just started vomiting right out that window onto the street. That's where we came from. Okay.
Someone tried to rob a bank for $1. That went viral. That dude trying to rob that bank for
I feel
$1.
so bad for him, though.
He's good now.
Good.
He's good.
The only reason why he did it
They
was
straightened him
because-
out.
No, he didn't go to prison. Or he went to jail for I think like 2 days, and then I think he came across
This is a stick 'em up.
money.
The
So
only
he
reason,
has money now.
The only reason why he did it, though, was because he
Couldn't
was
afford to
all-
live.
Yeah.
He couldn't afford his house, so he wanted to live in jail. But he's good now.
So he purposefully
That's
tried to
good.
get himself caught by the police.
hmm
That's sad, though. Like, people are willing to go to certain lengths just because they're so desperate in life.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
That's the world we live in.
It is.
So now that this dark, depressing podcast about dark,
I know,
depressing
right?
things,
Real millennial
where we
vibes.
talk about school shootings and bullying and terrible poverty. Let's talk about something more lighthearted. How about that?
On the high school thing, where you guys were like, you know, the place where we grew up in. I grew up on top of the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lucky.
You grew up where everybody's your cousin.
I wish I could say no to that, but it's true.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know Force, why are we related?
So let's do a plug!
Sister cousin.
Yeah,
Sister cousin.
Mike's my sister over here. You don't actually know. Alright, let's plug the channel real quick.
Wait, what? Why are we
Pokemon's finishing. It's done.
Oh, you want to talk about what we're
It's
doing?
on hiatus, unfortunately. We need to catch some.
So is Mario.
Pokemons.
Yeah.
Because Brian's
speaking
not
of which,
back yet.
So those
Maybe
two
that's
series
like
are
that.
on hiatus.
I'll give you something for it.
But good news is Smash is complete.
But first we have to add each other as friends.
So
Continue.
you guys can
We're
look
doing
forward to seeing
actual shit we
Smash.
need to do.
They're gonna be finishing. I'm gonna be finishing the Donkey Kong Country LP at some point.
By the way, how many thumbnails do you need?
A couple.
I need numbers. Oh, hang on, there's an X.
Well, I haven't finished it yet, so I actually don't know how many I'm going to need. So we'll find out, but it shouldn't be too many. Real quick though, since we're still on video games, before we get sidetracked again, I want to talk about the Mario Maker trailer that came out.
Oh, I'm so excited for it.
That is something that I am ready for us to do. That is something that's going to be fun as hell.
E3's coming up, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
So-
everything just disappeared.
More
for me.
shields
So we got Mario Maker 2 coming out with slopes. Holy shit. But I don't really care about
Slopes?
Yes, slopes now. You couldn't do slopes in the old one.
Oh, it was all.
Yeah, it was all
I
like,
see.
now you can do slopes, but the main thing is multiplayer. They are multiplayer now. 4-player multiplayer. You can make maps for 4-player multiplayer, and that's right. And it's gonna be fucking awesome!
Am I
Great!
getting drug into this?
Oh yeah, you're getting trugging in this bish.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
They got go-karts. I don't understand what the point of go-karts is in Mario Maker.
Where'd you get that?
Because I thought it was all
Finish
about
the
platforming,
achievement.
but there's like little go-karts that go
Bullshit.
really fast on one way, which,
Huh.
whatever.
Forrest tries talking to me and Robbie get distracted, immediately just starts talking only to him.
No, it's more like Forrest starts talking, Robbie and Mike immediately look down at phones. Let's ignore him and look at memes.
It's okay,
Hang on.
Forrest. I'm listening to you. I got
It's
you.
fine, it's alright.
Oh, no,
it's okay.
wait, hold
Mario
on,
Maker
no.
2 is gonna be... During the podcast! What the time? He needs to give me the Scyther! What the
Oh God.
God damn it! I only have 3 left.
Anyway,
Do it after the podcast! Holy hell! But yeah, just...
their attention spans are like this.
I know. But,
That's understandable.
No, you.
No, no.
ADD, give us a break.
It's called eating ass.
So besides maybe doing a multiplayer thing with Mario Maker 2, which I'm excited about, who's all ready for Monster Hunter World?
Only you and me.
I don't have the PS4 anymore.
Doesn't mean you can't play it.
Oh, I have it on PC.
Yeah, you might not be able to play it with us still, but you can still play it. Like, it looks good. It looks fun.
Wait, did you guys get the 4K update? It looks.
No.
Oh, PC got a 4K update. It
Why would
looks
PS4 have a 4K?
beautiful.
Well, actually, PS4 probably could
Hang on, I gotta
have
catch.
a weird setup.
I didn't even realize how strong this Roselia is. Fuck!
That was a really drawn out.
Ed Long.
Okay.
1,156 combat power.
It's pretty good for your level.
Anyway,
Fuck that B.
I'm hoping that there's going to be more than just the snowy place. I know the
So-
snow zone is supposed to be bigger than every other zone in Monster Hunter World.
Still, if it's
Oh, I'm
only
really
one
excited
map-
for that.
If it's only one map,
Well, they already showed a trailer though of there being a new monster in the forest area. So I'm hoping that like each area gets at least 1 or 2 new monsters.
hopefully.
Hopefully,
You and me.
you know, other than like a different color of Rathalos. Hey, guess what? This is a yellow Rathalos. This one's white. It's a white Rathalos.
Well,
this
we've already
one,
seen-
This one spews
I've
out
already
light
told
juice
you
or
from
something.
the trailer that they just reuse the same skeletons again, though.
I know they reuse the same skeletons, but they give them new moves and new like behaviors. Not to mention they're creating a new skeleton. There's a
What do you
monster
mean?
that's I'm trying to remember which monster's being
Lappy?
made. There's a new monster. I can't remember. I was looking at videos on it, but there is a new skeleton being made. So guess what, Mike? If a new skeleton's being made,
New
they're gonna make a
creature.
gajillion different monsters with that same skeleton. So we're at least gonna get a bunch of variety of a different monster type.
I want some good.
Oh, but it was a saber-toothed cat.
That's
I want a
another-
saber-toothed cat or
I want some good
something.
events too.
Event quest.
Like the giant.
Can I get something that's not Ryu armor?
the giant? What the heck was that? Where they had the 3 different sized.
Oh, the
I'm
3
trying to think what
different
the name of the
size
monsters.
Jagras?
Yeah.
Something like that that's dumb.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, there's goofy stuff all the time. The thing is about Monster Hunter World is it just... I fell off of it because after a while that kind of progression system just kind of gets old on me.
No, we fell off of it because we have over 200 hours in the game.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. All you were doing was grind to grind more. There was nothing new.
That's another reason why I can't wait for Brian to
Which
get
is
back
why-
to his PC, is because we were playing Monster Hunter and we haven't even hit high rank yet. on PC.
Brian has troubles though with the video games sometimes.
Oh my god,
I've
you
seen
should
you guys
see him
I've seen you
try
guys
to play.
videos trying to play Mario. Like, I don't think I've seen someone that bad at Super Mario 64.
90% of my videos are me standing there watching
Yeah, you're just
him.
standing there. That was my favorite part. I remember one of my favorite part from you guys' playthrough was early on when you're in the ship and you're just standing there looking down as Brian attempts like 15 times to get up these basic steps.
The first
without
one where I had
sliding
the
down.
counter
He just
pop
kept
up.
sliding down off of the damn ship like over and over again. I was like, oh
yeah.
I was like,
one of my
this is
favorites.
bad. This is
The worst. Oh god.
But
I had
yeah.
a counter of how many deaths he had on the first Bowser area.
Oh no!
I think
You,
he's up to,
you
like,
actually had to
16.
make a counter?
Yeah.
Oh no! That means it's more than 10 at least.
Yeah. It was so funny.
But yeah, it's great. So other than Monster Hunter World and Super Mario Maker 2, not much multiplayer stuff going on.
I think I'm gonna pick back up in the meantime while I'm waiting for Brian. I think I'm gonna start making more Subnautica. Hopefully not laggy.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully your computer
How
can
long is
handle
supposed
it.
to
this
sit in
time.
your processor too, by the way? Have you checked your drivers on your processor?
I update them every time. Anytime I need to.
I mean, I upgrade my graphics card all the time, but I've never actually went in and upgraded my Intel like a week ago. I was like, huh, oops.
How do you know? Oh, it's AMD. Shouldn't it go
I
through the
don't know.
AMD?
Intel.
Yeah, well, oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. I'm still waking up a little bit. This is a little earlier than when we usually do this.
And I have an NVIDIA graphics card. They're two different things.
So the reason I
This is
say
earlier than we normally do things.
this is earlier.
I would like to point out-
We do things
Okay,
at 9
alright.
a.m. If we get up on a Sunday, we do it like 8 or 9 a.m. It is currently noon 30.
noon 30.
Noon 30.
We're not used to being up during the day, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
are
guys-
Not all of us
Sleep right
can
now.
go 30 hours.
We are
of
asleep by
sleep
this
6.5
time.
hours, wake up, and then just kind of hang out in
Guess
somebody's
what?
apartment for everyone else to wake up.
Me?
Only I can.
Bobby, me, and Mike by noon are dead.
No, I know. 'cause
We're
fine
dead to the
right now.
world.
You guys-
No, I mean like I'm still adjusting.
How many hours did you sleep
I
in the past 2 days?
went to sleep at
Last night
1
was-
in the morning before we came up here. Like 1 in the morning, a little bit before that. I woke up around 7.
Okay,
So I got about 6 hours. Then I stayed up the whole day until 1 in the morning again yesterday.
Mhm.
And then I fell asleep again. And I don't know. Did I wake up at 9?
It was like
I woke up at
9:30.
like 9:30, 10:30 actually. Yeah, like right around in there.
So I don't know how many hours that is.
And you woke up just coughing.
Yeah, I-
Yeah, I woke
Ever-
up. It sounded like you were dying.
Ever since I had my appendix out, like sometimes I'll just wake up and I can feel like just phlegm in my chest as I try to breathe, and I have to cough it. Like you heard how wet it was. I had to cough. I have to cough
I
it
got the
out.
best photo of
Like
Forrest
it's
this
in my
morning.
lungs.
Did you hear about his appendix thing? That was stressful for me.
Yeah, my appendix.
Yes, I remember when it.
Rick
Oh.
just staring down at him. I was like, I don't know how this got here, but
That's
it was
great.
I still have the scar. It's gross to show you guys, but I got the scar right there still.
Oh, I remember because you were really stressed out.
Yeah. Forrest
remember
messages me,
that.
NBD, just getting my appendix out.
To let you.
Because I remember you were in the hospital. And I think you
Yeah.
guys were either.
I was in the
called him.
hospital
Yeah.
and I was all like, I felt like shit.
You were all loopy. I talked to your mom.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you want to talk to Forrest? And I was like, yeah.
Wait, when was my mom even? Oh wow.
Yeah, you were probably out of it. That's how I.
Yeah, you were still on.
How long ago?
All I remember is I talked to you guys and stuff, and we got
It
it
was-
figured
it was
out.
just
It's been
before
like a
winter.
year.
Has it been a year?
ago?
Yeah.
it's been a year.
I think my favorite part was when you were like, "Yeah, I'm in the hospital," and me and Joe were like, what?" And you're like, "Yeah, we're in the hospital." And then we're like, "Where are you at so we can come visit you?" And Forrest then tells us like 2 days later, I was like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. I'm
It
out
was
now."
so lackadaisical.
Like,
I was like, well,
Seriously?
I didn't want you guys to worry about.
"Oh, don't worry about me. I'm
Forrest
already dying."
Forrest has so many problems. Whenever he was in a real bad car accident, I was back home, and it was so snowy, I flew to Miners because he was in the hospital. I was like, are you okay? I'm on my way.
I appreciated that a lot. I probably, honestly, my ankle's still kind of fucked. I think they probably fucked up the thing.
Oh, it was
Damaging
Miners,
in
so
that,
more
so
than
it's
likely.
minors. So they probably didn't even see like my ankle or leg properly because my ankle and leg are always bad, like all the time. Like sometimes it'll just hurt for like no reason since then and stuff. So I don't know. I probably have arthritis or something, but it don't matter. I'll get over that shit. But the point is, I didn't want you guys to worry about it. And it was fine anyway. Like, I just relaxed. I knew the thing
Here's
is,
the
too,
thing,
I know
though.
everyone
You
at that
tell us-
hospital. I want it to be done as quickly as possible.
You-
I tried to be. I didn't even call the nurses half the time. when I was like in pain or something, I just would ask for something small, and I try to get it done as quickly as possible and get out of there as quickly
You
as
tell
possible.
us, I don't want to worry you guys, but then you tell us nothing except the big, like the major facts. So when you go, I have appendicitis, I'm going to the hospital, I have to get my appendix removed.
Don't
Nothing.
worry.
Don't worry.
I said don't worry about it. It's okay.
You said don't worry once. Nothing for 2 days.
Don't. Someone would tell you if something bad was happening. I just had the surgery done. It was done with. It was actually really funny because it surprised me how casual everyone at the hospital was about it too. Like I was in there, the doctor literally just came right in the door, and he's looking at his notepad thing on his thing, and he just looks up and just walks in like this, looks up at me and goes, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to go under the knife." And I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah, we about to cut you open,
I'm like,
son.
"Oh, okay." Luckily though, my father works in that department of like surgical department and everything, so he knows all the doctors, all the surgeons, and everything.
That's good.
He knows which one that he wanted me to have and everything. So everything happened. It was good. No complications. If there were complications or something was going on, I would trust me. You would have got a phone call like, "I want you all to come visit."
You realize like the chances of failing a surgery nowadays is so low because of robotics. It's not even
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
But we got a good one. We got a good one too.
Yeah.
Not
Depends on who's running the machine.
look.
So you went
I'm
to-
not gonna say any names, but not every surgeon is there. So you know.
Yeah, we don't know
Well,
surgeons,
that's
so if you
understandable.
said any name, then it
I'm
would
not
all
saying
be
that's
on you.
understandable. I'm not gonna say any name. Honestly, I don't know how much information I am allowed to
Forced.
even speak about. It is my own surgery, so I imagine that it's fine.
You're
I'm
not allowed
gonna
to say
any
names or
Occupations
any-
and stuff.
you can say occupations, you can say I visited this one surgeon, but under HIPAA laws you can't say I'm HIPAA compliant, bro.
I'm compliant. I haven't said anything. I ain't saying shit. But it was good though because I figured that it was over quickly. I was gonna recover quickly and stuff. Honestly, the worst part was after that because I had to be off of work. And everyone would be like,
Yeah.
"Aren't you happy you're going to be off of work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't lift 10 to 15 pounds. So what the fuck am I supposed to do for, like, 4 weeks?" Yeah, exactly. I couldn't swim because I still had, like, the sight
not
couldn't
like
be
You're not
right.
swimming in winter.
It was summer.
Still.
Not like
So I
you go
couldn't
swimming.
swim.
in
I
like-
could, the one surgeon told me I could not drive for a week. So I couldn't leave. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't lift
Or
anything.
you could have someone else drive.
You could have just sat in your
I
room
didn't
all
want
day
anyone
and
to
watched
drive
hentai like normal.
No, if I overexerted myself, I could got a hernia. A hernia.
You over
Like, oh,
30 seconds isn't overexerting yourself.
fuck my kidneys.
Wow.
Also, you said not every surgeon is good. The only thing I had to say to that is, remember when we were talking about high school? Half of my grade went into the medical field. That's enough to talk
Mine
about.
too. Everyone's a nurse.
Well, a nurse,
Nurse or higher.
nurse is not.
Nurse
is
or higher.
different. You know.
So I
the
have
thing
one
is-
kid going to be a biochemist.
Oh, that's what.
Why not?
Jess
More power
does.
to him. Let him be a biochemist. We probably need more of
There's
those.
barely any opportunity for that.
Well, what
In
if
this
they
area,
leave?
it's amazing.
Guess what?
Hmm.
If you get a job that lets you leave this place, is that really a downside?
True.
Where we are currently, though.
I'll
is not
pay
a
you
bad
to come
place
here.
for
Where
us.
the hell do I sign?
Where we are right now is not a bad place.
Well-
Where we live
Is a
It's a bad place.
Yeah, but no, it was okay because the only thing I will say is I guess everyone got to see more of my dorky side because I was so bored and I had nothing to do. So Joe literally bought 2 commander decks at the card shop, and then came up to see me, and we played Commander in my hospital room.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And it was the most fun I had ever. I also kicked his ass. Pretty much. But no, it was the most fun I ever had because I just sat there and it was like just a nice, thoughtful thing. Because I was like, yeah, and he texted me. He's like, listen, I'll come up and pick you up. That way, because your parents are working, they can't really take you anywhere. I'm like, you do that? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, awesome. And then he brought the commander decks on his own. So then we were able to play, and then we ended up leaving the hospital. He drove me on. I was so thankful for that.
Can't believe you were
So-
willing to get in a car with Joe.
Look!
Coming out of Mac's
Yeah.
house, down the hill, all you have to do is turn left. He almost hit a telephone pole.
Right,
Look,
there was
he's
a time we
gotten
went
so much
bowling.
better at
I
driving.
think that was
though.
the time we went
How we
bowling.
went bowling? But there was that was one of the times we went bowling.
He's
There was
good
a
at-
time we went bowling where him and Mike were, his brother, were in their car, and I was driving the other car, and we were racing down the highway at 110
Here, let me-
miles per hour
let me
with
put
Mike's
it-
ass out the window,
let me-
right outside my car. I'm like, I'm trying to drive.
Let me put it this way: as long as he's not in a rush, he drives perfectly fine.
And if
It's
he's
just
not
that when he's
driving,
trying to get
trying
somewhere, though, he'll try to rush it.
Yeah, he
wants
starts
to get
talking
there,
while
you
he's
know?
driving. It's not so good either.
Yeah, well, at the same time, he's got the nice car that automatically turns off the lights and everything else. He has a newer car now, but
My car does that.
yeah, I know, but that's all new to me. I buy nothing but old shit. Okay, I don't have the cameras. I don't have any of that shit. I always find it like, what is this confounded technology? You mean I don't have to look back?
Your phone automatically connects to your radio?
What is this blasphemy? I need a cord.
This is black magic.
Where's the cord? Where's the cord?
So my new
So-
thing, driving now, instead of listening to music, is I watch Netflix. I don't watch Netflix. I let Netflix
Yeah,
play.
you better. Yeah,
I let Netflix play and I listen.
You know, I'm like driving and then I'm watching it.
podcasts,
Pretty much.
and radio shows.
Yeah.
Well, that's yeah.
And like if I'm at a red light, I'll glance because it's up on my dash. I have the magnetic thing, so it sits
Right.
on my dash. I glance over at red lights, but that's about it.
I don't know. I mean, it's you know, I listen to podcasts every time I go to work. I download them on my phone and then listen to a podcast on like the way to work and stuff.
No, I still listen to my music.
You
Watch
need something to keep your time. Like radio, normal radio doesn't do it for me.
Watch
Oh,
the
yeah,
H3 podcasts. So funny. Some of them.
I like to really listen to music though, because I usually have my bass and everything
You have
turned
like
up
a
loud
super
enough.
Oh,
custom
yeah.
playlist and everything. So
No, I just shuffle my fucking songs.
So it depends. Sometimes
Yeah, and how many songs
I'll
do you
let
have?
A
Netflix
lot.
play, and then
But
other times there'll be a concert in my car.
I've noticed, for some odd reason, my music that I listen to has enough bass or something at certain frequencies that deer are less likely to run out in front of me and more likely to stand there on the edge of the road and go. I drive past.
just cut to Mike driving up. A deer just starts looking at the car.
They do.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Shit, it's bananas. B-A-N. The deer's like, what the fuck is that?
Here's the thing, though, he's right, because if you blast your music enough, they'll actually see you and be like,
They'll
It's
hear you.
crazy.
They don't just stop with
See-
the deer in the headlights.
see
they
those
go,
are-
what in the hell is that?
See those obnoxious people? There's like
My car.
when they drive in anywhere.
My-
They're just trying to protect themselves from deer.
Exactly.
My mirrors just go. And they just vibrate. It's hilarious.
Deer's like, what the fuck is this? There's a thunderstorm coming. Let's go.
The hydraulics.
Nobody lifts their car anymore. Please don't.
I know. I want hydraulics.
Lowrider.
Someone tries to
Lift
go
it up sideways, drive.
in Pennsylvania.
But the
If you
roads
try to
aren't
go
good enough.
ride the whip, you could accidentally hit a deer. So
No,
you
not
can't do
just that. The roads aren't good enough. You hit one.
You hit a pothole, the whole car goes flying into the ditch.
Hydraulics are broken.
Ride the whip. Look, he's a ghost rider. Hits one pothole, just goes right into the damn ditch.
Pennsylvania problem.
And guess what? Pennsylvania,
West
Pennsylvania
Virginia's
has
worse.
It is.
Is it?
It's worse.
It is.
The highway, you can tell whenever you're
Look
in
up-
West
let's look up
Virginia
the
because
worst
there's a
roads
line on the
in the
highway
United
where it's like
States.
a little nicer paved and like the potholes are filled. And then it's just shit. It's all potholes. There's no lines. Like you're just.
Well, I want to see if there's like a poll or something on the worst roads in the United States, because I'm sure we win.
If it's back roads,
I don't think
Pennsylvania's
we'll
worse.
win.
But if it's maintained
Yeah.
highways, West Virginia's definitely.
Now,
Yeah.
I can tell you, whoever the hell mapped out the freaking roads in this area around where you guys freaking live is
Oh yeah, the
retarded.
octopus turns.
Fuck that. Fuck what my GPS made me do yesterday. I knew we were in a weird part though when it was a one-lane bridge across a railroad track
Yeah,
in the middle
what
of an
the
alley,
hell?
and I was like, where are we?
just wait.
We're not
Just
in
imagine
Kansas
downtown
anymore,
what
Mike.
Downtown is.
Oh, downtown's
Downtown's
awful.
so much worse.
Well, I mean, I've gone to the airport multiple times and the bridges
That's
are
not
bad.
That's not downtown. That's
We're
Robinson.
literally the only people though, like coming off the bridges that have left lane merges. You have to be in the left side,
Mhm.
and you can go left to merge into more traffic instead of just all on the right.
Yep.
So stupid.
So, the worst roads, top 10 states that have the worst. Maine,
Well, that makes sense. They're so far north.
New York,
Ooh.
Wisconsin, Rhode Island,
Oh man.
consider them,
So-
Illinois, Kansas, Ohio, Indiana,
Are we not
Iowa. What's
Michigan.
the last one? Michigan? These are the worst
not
roads
even
of
in the
highways.
We
Oh no,
mentioned
this
that,
is.
but it's not even us.
Oh wow, we're
So,
not even on there anymore.
I can tell you why the
These are the most
north.
highways.
All of the
highways are, right?
northeast, because of the amount of snow and
Yeah.
salt that we use, the roads just
Well,
deteriorate.
it depends if you're in
Oh,
the
yeah.
salt belt or not. Maryland and below aren't salt. They use acid instead.
That's probably worse.
Which is, no, it's way better. Way better.
Go to Alaska.
The problem we have is that we melt the ice, it goes into the road.
Okay, Pennsylvania's on this one.
It's
and
more
it freezes
corrosive.
and props it up.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania's on
It
this
just-
one.
if you go to
Oh,
Alaska,
okay.
they use nothing. they can't use anything because then the moose will be out on the roads licking it up.
Rhode Island has the worst roads, according to this like public
Have you
roads.
actually realized how big freaking moose are?
Pennsylvania's on the map
Oh,
here
yeah,
for this one.
that's huge.
Okay, see that last one was for highways. I feel like our highways are fine.
Kind
They make sure that our highways are good.
a lot of turnpikes to watch
Yeah.
out for.
Yeah,
So
our highways
We
are
have
huge.
one
No.
that goes straight through.
This
Back
list
roads.
is for the public roads. This is all the other roads that are in dire need.
Those are the maintained
We are on that list.
Yeah.
Not even the highest, but we are on that list. And that's because every winter there's more potholes than last time.
Well, it doesn't help.
And we
Like I
pay,
just
here's the
said.
thing, is we pay a crap ton of taxes in Pennsylvania so they can fix
Did you
our
not hear
roads.
that they put $4 billion into the state police since that was supposed to go into highway? That was a big thing just like a
Oof.
month ago. Yeah, they found
Really?
they wrote an audit against them because they found $4 billion that was supposed to go to maintaining our highways that they threw into the state police by accident.
Wow.
Oh, by accident, it's almost like our highway and road,
This is
care
Pennsylvania.
hasn't changed
This
at
is
all. But we're paying
Pennsylvania.
more taxes.
The only thing I have to say
Pay that
is
gas money
it's
tax.
Pennsylvania.
It really
Go to
is.
Alaska, they pay you to live.
Yeah, but Alaska also is not great.
There's a reason why they pay you.
Yeah, it's so you can live.
If you go to Anchorage, it's not bad. If you go to like Fairbanks and
Have you been to
Anchorage, they're the two. Actually,
Guess what?
Juneau and
How are you
Anchorage
gonna
are
find a
closest.
way to live in Anchorage
Have
if
you
it's the
been to
best
Anchorage?
place?
Huh?
Have you been to Anchorage?
We're going there.
Yeah, but have you ever been there?
No, but
Then how-
Brian's there.
Okay, but Brian isn't you. How do you know?
You might hate it.
Me and Brian are the
Suck.
same person. I don't think you met Brian. Did you not get
I
that?
share half a testicle.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
No, but Anchorage is a very beautiful place. In the summers, it's green. There's no snow. It's not snow all year round like people think. The houses are beautiful.
So
if you
because
go-
at one point in the year it's green, it's
Yeah, but they
okay.
pay you.
Pennsylvania's green one point of the year
it was
too.
colder in Pennsylvania than it was in Anchorage this winter.
My point
That's
exactly. It
It
sucks.
still takes forever for
That's
it to
because
keep
of
back
the
up
mountains and our
because.
weather belt and shit. Like, you need to realize that the Northeast has such a fucking stupid weather system because...
But even then, whenever it started getting warmer here, it was still freezing over there.
Yeah.
So the winter's a
We're
little
here.
longer,
I
but
don't
it's
like
colder
that.
here than it is in Alaska.
Winter is coming.
Nope.
Look, as soon as it hits September,
I get depressed when it gets
Pennsylvania is
Same.
no longer a good place to live. And then as soon as it comes after May, then it's okay to live again.
Then it's not
Christmas
nice
time.
either.
cold. Exactly.
is awful here.
It's humid.
There are so many people here because everybody goes to Pittsburgh,
Christmas
and it sucks.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope you don't wreck your car.
My 1 hour
Snow
drive in the
ice.
mornings became a 2.5 hour drive because it was just Christmas time.
It wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't for the fact that people don't know how to drive in the winter, despite living here for how many years?
I am
First
all
snowfall
for
happens
no one knows how to
every
drive.
single year. First snowfall happens, I will at least
Accidents
see,
everywhere.
I'm going to say 4 to 5 cars on the side of the road with their lights on, like, oh my god, it's little. Why don't you drive slower?
I am all for
Oh my god, if you
And
drive
people-
being
slower?
tested.
But people bitch about
every
when you drive
5
slow,
years.
too. I'm
Yes.
just like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. That pickup truck can pass me. I'm going to see him in the
I
ditch
agree.
about 5
How
miles
do,
off.
how do you guys feel about that? Being retested for your license every 5 years.
absolutely.
That's fine.
I think we need
Or hell,
that.
even 10. It doesn't matter as long as we're tested.
And if you're old, it's every year because I cannot stand whenever I'm driving and there's someone
Well-
going 30 under the speed limit.
And
That's
even
actually
then-
illegal.
I know.
Yeah.
But the cops don't care.
The cops. Here's the thing: that if the cops enforce
They
people
get
driving
less
really
money.
slow,
They get less money for writing a ticket for someone going slow compared to writing somebody's.
well, then they need to change that, and then it would probably be fine because they'd stop all the
Also,
people that
cops
are.
have.
They need to be not-
There's
But
but isn't there also a law though where it's like you can't hold up traffic?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not allowed
Yes.
to hold up traffic. So if someone's going that slow and they're holding up traffic, they will get stopped.
Cops also have a set quota of the amount of stuff they're supposed to do.
That's
I
the thing
know,
that I
that's
never.
stupid.
That's why
that
they
fucks with
increase
cops.
pulling over around the end of the month because they're trying to fill that quota.
That's the biggest issue because they are paid based on the amount of tickets that they give,
Which is stupid.
which is not a
Well,
good way to do that.
Their salary, but they also have a quota. Stupid.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
That's why you,
You
don't ever
shouldn't
be a
need
cop.
if the cops aren't there to meet quotas. They're not there to catch people.
They're
That's
there to
not
keep
their
peace.
job.
They're there to stop crime, not to pound down on us and make crime.
Exactly.
They're like, what you're doing is illegal because I need to fill a quota.
Exactly.
Wow, that won't make me bitter at the system at all and make me more inclined to do crimes.
Do you know how fast you were going? 36. It's 35 miles per hour, sir.
I'm gonna have to write you a warning, okay?
See, I get it. If somebody's going like blasting 100 down a back road, I get it. It's not safe for them and other people.
They might
But if
die.
they're sitting there, even then, people that are going like 30 miles, like you said, below the speed limit. Say, for example, somebody's like rolling around that corner, going the speed limit, maybe 10 over.
Even
because
someone's going like 40 in the 65 zone in the highway or something. You can't. Like,
Yeah, that's a hazard to
it's just
everyone.
as
That's
dangerous.
The only time that I've gone 40 though before, and that's been whenever the highway is no longer a highway. You can't see the highway. You don't know where the lines are on the highway.
Stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to go 40.
But
And
that's
then
when
I
you
see
turn
the
your
other
phone away
condition.
from.
But that's when you have to at least put on your flashers.
That's what I mean. Well, that should be common sense. Put on your four-ways and stuff if you're going to go slow.
Yeah.
The problem is that like the entire highway will be going 40.
Yeah.
I am following with 40, and then you have someone who blasts it out the side on the left lane that does not exist because we don't know where the lines are. And then, oh no, I'm in the middle of the curvature of the highway, and I'm not stopping. I'm sorry, I'm not stopping for you either. And there are people, though, that will stop. Anyone that stops, just stops completely on the road, fuck you.
That is
okay?
my big
I am
pet
nearly
peeve.
wrecked because of someone who did that before. I was on the super steep hill in between Nicktown
Yay.
and in between the, like, starting towards that town that I would turn
Alberta?
and go towards your house.
Alberta.
Yeah. There's that bridge, and then it goes that big
Oh,
steep-
right at the line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was on that bridge, and I'm gearing down to go down this hill. There is a truck at the bottom of the hill. Stopped.
Yeah, he slipped. That's what that
Completely
was.
stopped. Well, no, he wasn't at the bottom of the hill. He was on the down part of the hill, stopped.
He
Completely
slid.
stopped.
He slid something.
So I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna do? I can try to brake. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? So I ungear it, go like this, go around him. I was more like skating around him, skating around him, then had to floor it at the bottom of the hill to try and get up the hill.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then as soon as I started getting up the hill, which even then I'm starting to slide a
You
little
didn't
bit,
have enough momentum.
on the left, I had to stop completely
Yeah,
to get,
exactly.
which
That's a bad hill to
stops
go
us-
around because you can't see cars coming on the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was so fucking like, no, fuck shit, no, Jesus. So I had to go around this, and then as I was going up the hill, I turned to my left. There's a car the whole way in the woods. There's multiple, like emergency vehicles with their lights on. There's cops there. I'm like, holy shit! And I'm like, I could end up running into these people because they're walking on that road. There's nothing at the top either telling anyone
not
that
put
at the
flares
top.
out yet?
No, no one at the top of that hill would have a sign that
No
tells them to
flares.
slow down either.
No.
So they would be driving into those people, and if they tried to stop, they might slide into the people. So I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here before someone gets killed. I'm not hitting someone today.
There's a hill in San Francisco. It's like the main hill that you
Uh-huh.
always see.
Yeah.
Whenever winter hits,
Oh god.
No,
It's so
No, that's
funny.
Seattle. That's Seattle that has that hill.
it's with does Seattle have trolleys?
Oh,
it's a hill
San
with
Francisco.
trolleys.
I thought you were talking about the super. Have you ever seen the worst fucking like? It's a hill like this, and it goes snakes down this entire.
No, this is a hill that just goes
Ah.
straight, and there's a trolley line
I'll
up
find this really stupid.
Are you talking about that one? There was a video that went viral.
of the
Yeah.
person that like
Everybody was like,
everybody was
Yep.
trying to stop on the hill. Well, it's covered in snow. You're not stopping, so their tires would lock up, and they would just slide into
They
cars,
all
and there were
slid
like
into each
just
other.
lines of cars.
You know that
smacking
mobile
into each
game where
other.
they start pushing and it's just going in a circle and it's a line instead they're just pushing themselves. Eventually one car will get to the top of the hill after getting pushed.
the moral of this story for everything.
Don't be an idiot on
No.
the road.
Well, there was that
No.
video of the highway where people kept flying into each other on the highway. Where one car wrecked and it's just
Yeah,
boom,
I saw that.
boom,
That was scary.
boom,
Oh my god.
boom. I think one car managed to stop and then a car hit him behind.
So
Like,
the moral of this entire thing: the world is scary. Stay inside your house for the rest of your
don't
life.
drive. Don't go driving anywhere. Stay in house.
How are we supposed to enjoy ourselves if we stay inside?
Podcast. You can listen to this podcast and stay at home while we're
Nowadays, you can get your
Some-
groceries delivered. You can get Grubhub. You can get your sustenance off of there. You have.
So if everybody
Well, we
stays
have a
inside, none
declining-
of that would work.
We have a declining birth rate.
Not in the
Can't sit
United
inside.
States. There's no way we
We do.
declining, but
We
really,
do. You didn't know that?
We
Oh,
need,
it's negative.
we need
It's
a declining birth
Good.
rate.
We do, but at the same time, we kind of don't.
We need it for a set amount of time, and then we can
No,
stop.
that'll make a big jump. That's how we'll get bloomers again. It'll make another generation of bloomers.
like one generation will pop out and be like, "Well, ain't nobody making no kids. Let's make some kids."
I think our generation's gonna be. I think we're the reason
We're
why
gonna
it's
be the
declining.
We
Well,
are.
I don't mind
Well,
doing
yeah,
one.
because we're deciding. A lot of us don't
One.
have kids.
We can't afford
I
it.
don't want to have kids.
One, we can't afford it.
This
Two,
world
we
is
don't
terrible.
have time.
Yeah.
3, this world is terrible.
Three, none of
Yeah.
us leave our house enough to actually find any relationship.
And four, financially, it's very hard to have children.
He said we can't afford it.
"Yeah,
4,
How do you raise
The
a
world
kid in
sucks.
this? How do you
So
raise
why
a kid?
would you want to
Look,
put someone else in there?
Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna wait until
exactly.
Fortnite dies before. After Fortnite dies, then I'll have a kid.
What
So
about-
we'll be in a
What
Fortnite,
about
okay?
Fortnite 2?
No!
Oh, God.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, see, it's down.
Speaking of roads, though, one thing I just want to bitch about, because I could bitch about it forever, is road work in Pennsylvania.
Construction?
I can't
Yeah.
stand. Look, everyone needs a job. Everyone needs to do it. And you know what? They're making more money than me. So
One
can you
person
fucking
moving
pay
the shovel,
attention?
the rest of them leaning on it?
Yeah. Or no, it's not that. Every time I've run into road work, they've been incompetent. And I can see them being incompetent. Because whenever they're on back roads where I live, because I live out in the middle of nowhere, they think they don't have to follow the rules anymore.
Oh, shit.
I was on my way back home. A road's closed, so I can't go on the road that way. I can't go up the normal way I go to the road, so I have to go around. So I drive around. There is nothing. There's no signs. There's no cones. There's no nothing. I go over the crest of this hill, so I have to go around this road. Immediately, the right side of my entire vehicle drops into a ditch because they were scooping out that part of the road.
Oh, God.
Nothing. So I'm in the ditch, or going like this, like sideways, driving like, oh, what the fuck? Why don't they have any signs? Why don't they have anything? And I had to floor it over. Nearly probably busted something in my vehicle trying to get over.
Yeah.
They're just doing it. Still no signs, not a single person in sight. They're all at the front of this road, still scooping it out. Everyone's on the other side of the road. So literally, I'm driving this direction. No one's guiding me. There's no signs. There's no one-way lane. There's no nothing. Another vehicle is coming the opposite direction.
Oof.
So I'm like, okay. So I drive into someone's random driveway to let this person go. This person stops and he's like, do you know how long they're going to do this or what the hell they're doing? I'm like, no, I have no idea why they're doing this. I'll let you go first and then I'll pull out. Don't worry about it. Just be careful because another car might come up this hill. You'll have to go slow so maybe they have time to stop. Then I drive by. I'm driving by. They're still just blasting dust on my fucking windshield while I'm going past them and shit. Let's do this. Then you have the people that are brushing the road or whatever, and they're just brushing it, going back onto the left side of the road where I have to drive, not paying attention. They don't have AirPods in. They're just stupid.
Yep.
Pay attention.
Yep.
Like that's happened so many times.
That could fix a lot of problems if you just pay attention.
But we don't do that.
No.
No, the people who do road work don't do that.
No.
Then there's the ones that are like, well, as long as we put a sign on this 65 mile per hour road, as long as we put a sign that says bump, it's okay if there's a speed bump on the 65 mile per hour road. They were actually getting complaints and were getting like sued and shit because people were fucking up their cars by going over this bump. So they actually had to put like a big, long, like far away bump sign to let people know because they didn't have it before. They had it right at the bump.
Yeah.
So, I knew where it was at, so I would slow down and everyone behind me would be like, what the fuck you doing? And then go over the speed bump that's right before a highway.
Sometimes I'm okay with them because there was one on 28 going east that would actually, like, I would jump my car. And, like, that can fuck it up, but, like, I had fun with it. I don't know if everybody did, but I had fun with it.
When the shocks in your car get fucked up and you need to make payments for
Springs
it,
and coils are fucked.
yeah, then it's not cool anymore.
It's fine.
But yeah, back to the birth rate thing, just for one last tidbit, we're actually below what we need to be at to maintain our population.
Ooh.
That's fine.
We need to...
That's fine. Let
Natural
this
selection.
go.
We
Let
need
it
to
go a
weed
little
out.
bit.
Are you saying the plague should happen now?
Uh-huh.
Are we gonna Thanos this shit
Listen.
right now?
No, we
I
need to
know
have
people-
another flood. Just get Moses up in this bitch or whatever the fuck. I mean, not Moses, but
Bring on
get an
the
ark
locusts.
up in here. Just grab both
Let's make
of
this Egypt.
Listen.
Bring on the locusts.
Grab the two pandas that are left. Grab the two
Actually, no, they're no longer endangered.
They're no longer in
Yay! the
Pandas are no
pandas!
longer endangered.
They finally had sex.
Now the
Yeah.
bees are endangered, but
Yeah, the
bees.
bees
Guess
are
what, that's-
still... I don't think they're... Are they endangered or are
Yes.
they...
And here's the thing.
And endangered.
I think they're
Depends on
threatened.
the
We're
species.
starting
Yeah.
to get into the species that if they don't exist, we will die. Because
Yeah.
we need bees to pollinate shit.
Yeah.
If bees do not
Yeah.
pollinate shit, we're fucked.
Here's the thing, though. I know.
And that is our fault, too. Go ahead, Alexa.
No, you're okay. I know a biologist or biochemist. I don't know what the exact thing that she studies, but she knows how to make a zombie apocalypse happen. So.
Oh, there's a mushroom.
Yeah, it's a fungus that grows on ants in Africa that takes over their brain.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
the...
Well, even
wasn't
then,
that
there's
the...
not just a mushroom.
That was the
That's
whole
what
basis
The Last
of
of
Last
Us
of Us.
is.
Yeah, that's
it's
literally
all-
the plot of Last of Us.
Yeah.
Well, but even then, like, when there's out
Cordyceps.
mushrooms and stuff, she knows ways to, like, have there become a zombie apocalypse. And even then, there's like deer that have this disease going on.
Yeah, they have like the
Or
zombie,
that
like
bowel syndrome,
Yeah.
chronic wasting
And
disease.
it
That's
can,
what it is right now.
contaminate
CWD.
humans, right?
That's why you don't eat deer. Like there's
You're
a
limited on how much way you can get.
you
the
have
meat
to
from.
check them,
Yeah.
check their tongue, check a bunch of different things before you
Chronic
You have to be
actually.
super
disease.
thorough.
And
yeah.
now here's the bigger issue. Now people are actually afraid to do hunting, and you know what? A lot of people are like, hunting in nature. No, shut the fuck up. Okay, there's way too many goddamn deer in this
Well,
state.
they don't understand that it's it's
We're
a
keeping-
population
this
regulation.
These,
Yeah.
the hunting
Yeah.
and everything is controlled. If for some reason we would kill
Ever
too many
kill too
deer
many-
or something, we wouldn't be able to hunt for like 4 years
They
to let the
reduce the number of
population go back.
licenses they give out.
Yeah.
They limit it.
Like people don't understand. This is a controlled system. We're not going out. It's not the Wild West. We're not just sitting there with like 16 deer. Like look how many deer I
The
killed.
Wild West was taking a herd of 300 buffalo off a cliff.
That's why buffalo don't exist anymore.
And
They
you-
do.
Yeah, they
Buffalo
do.
does exist.
Yeah, they do. They're
Yellowstone.
One of them doesn't exist.
Tatonkas.
There's a
I've seen
there's
that
a
part,
species
yeah.
that doesn't exist anymore, and we killed them.
Tatonkas.
I think so.
There's
But,
a species of buffalo that doesn't exist.
But yeah, I personally like. I used to be kind of against hunting, but at the same time, you have to realize too, people. There's people that use it for sustenance, which I'm all
Yeah,
for. If
yeah.
they use it for like trophy hunting and stuff, that's a little bit.
At
that's-
least use
Look,
it if
here-
you kill it.
It's
Well, that's
it goes back to the old
eat it, but
Indian.
they'll mount the head.
Look,
Yeah,
this,
but
this
that's
is the whole
fine. But
reason.
you have to eat the deer.
You have to.
Don't go out and kill a deer, then
Look,
just
yeah.
take the antlers off it, leave the body.
So
rot in the
basically,
woods.
Alexa, it's like how it was in the Wild West. That's where the Indians were pissed. We would kill buffalo.
I mean, that's
We
not
cut off a
crazy.
little bit. No, we cut off their fur and maybe like
Yeah,
an
we
antler,
take their
and we
pelts
just
and
let
leave
it
the
out.
meat and everything
Have you ever
else
played the
there.
Oregon Trail? You can't carry enough meat, but you're still shooting.
The whole no, but the whole point of hunting is to take everything
Use as
from
much
that
as you can,
animal,
yeah.
and that's what we do. If my family hunts deer, we make venison, jerky. We use.
that's
I don't know
what
if
we
you
do.
can make
Eat the
venison. I'm
shit.
pretty sure venison is just a type of meat.
Well,
but
we
We
cook
make
it and make
jerky
it to
and
eat.
stuff.
yeah.
We cook
I would
it.
sharpen the bone into a blade. That would be dope.
Even when we hunt
Yeah,
rabbits,
using a
we hunt rabbits. We eat
bone
rabbits.
blade.
We eat
Dude, have you
them,
ever
we make
used a
rabbit
ceramic
soup.
knife?
It's actually really
It's
good.
actually very good. I
Rabbit
know.
soup is
They cut
good.
so well.
In fact, it never turned out right, but I wanted to get a lucky rabbit's foot made, but I never did.
You need to kill a hare if you want a rabbit.
Yeah, you
foot.
want a hare.
That's a hare's foot, not a
Well,
rabbit.
that's what we hunt.
Yeah.
Hare.
They're all.
You and the beagles.
But the population
Yes.
of
Oh,
hares is
those
Beagles.
down.
beagles are adorable.
The population of hares is down because the deer are
Beagles.
eating all their food.
Well, our ecosystem is fucked.
That's been.
Let's be real.
We can't actually properly
And
maintain.
99% of it is because humans. Not even because we encroach on population,
No, it's
although
just
that's
us
like the biggest
existing.
issue.
It's
That is
just
a
us
big issue,
existing.
But no, I feel like the reason why ecosystems are fucked 10 times more than it is the introduction to species that don't exist, that shouldn't be there,
Oh, invasive species.
and
Yeah.
the things we grow in a lab. You want to know why bees are dead? We made a supercharged mega hornet that doesn't do shit. It doesn't pollinate anything. It's just an asshole that wants to sting you, and those started killing all the good bees.
Well, not just that. Pesticides, herbicides.
That also kills all the good animals and insects. Although they actually, I think there was a study that made that like our production of like growing farmland and stuff actually isn't worth it. Like it's not actually meeting the quota of like people can feed and stuff. It makes more waste than it does
What, farming?
good things like cow farming and things like that. It's actually
No,
making
no.
more.
Well, making meat. Yeah, meat farms are bad, but
Meat farms are not.
Did you guys ever
producing
notice?
only because
what
it's
they
more
should be.
efficient to feed people off rice than it is to feed rice to animals.
Yeah,
exactly. Ah.
Did you get?
Oh, Dixie!
I'm not losing my fucking burgers, bitches.
Listen, burger bitch.
Here's the thing, I have such an issue with that because I love meat, don't get me wrong, but I hate how a lot of these farms are treating these animals. I hate it. Because although they're going to be dead anyways, even then, like, I don't know.
There's
it's just-
there's basic things for the animals. I'm telling you right now, you treat an animal better, and it makes better meat.
It does.
When you see the Pepperidge Farms slicing open pig throats and then putting them on a line where they're not even checking to see what the pig's diseases are or anything, and they have giant pustules on their body because they're disgusting and gross. Pepperidge Farm doesn't remember, but I fucking remember.
Robbie's raising his hand.
This can relate to a manga that I read. So,
Oh boy.
have you ever what is it? The Wonderful.
If you bring the Promised Neverland into
Yes,
this,
it's the Promised
because
Neverland.
what PETA said about kids being raised as meat. I'm a fucking punch.
Not
you in the
because of
face.
what I can't stand PETA. Not that. Not
PETA
that.
is an
So-
evil company. Don't listen to them. They're
Listen
not
to
for
me.
animal rights.
Listen
They're
to me.
terrible.
I hate PETA, but listen to me. So in the Promised Neverland, there were 2 types of children. There were 2 types of farms for children that the demons would eat.
Yeah.
One was sophisticated and they would teach the kids, which produced better meat. The other one were kids that were just mass-produced, and they were just like hooked up to feeding machines, never learned anything, nothing. So what they did, and I think this is how it kind of relates to the whole world and how we eat animals and everything, is the children that were put on the feeding tubes, they just killed. They didn't try to save them because they couldn't speak, they couldn't run, they didn't know how to walk. They were literally sat into a chair, strapped in, and fed. That's it. That's all they knew.
Even then, though, I don't think it's based off of education. It's more so of them like moving around and happier,
What it is.
being happier overall.
But what the problem is when you fucking try to industrial line produce.
Mass produce, yeah.
It's mass production.
Yeah.
That's the whole issue.
Yeah.
As long as it was like you had a big farm that had so many head of cow, but you had people take care of them, the cows were allowed to go out to pasture, the cows could do what they wanted
And
to
even
do.
what they ate,
and you
what
fed
they
them
put
and
in their
stuff.
bodies.
Yeah, you fed them hay and you made crops and stuff for them. That'd be fine. But what we're doing is we're like, we need to
They're in a little
produce
tiny
10,000 chickens on this farm this year. Alright, growth hormones, let's feed them this many meals a day, that's the highest protein freaking meals we can give them to make
You
the
are
biggest
what
muscular
you eat.
chickens we can.
You are what you eat.
We're
all those
accelerating
hormones,
the process.
all those hormones and those disgusting chemicals that we're feeding those animals, we are ingesting.
If you don't notice by now, there are kids too that the kids. There's been a scientific study where kids are growing a lot faster than they
because
used
they're
to
eating
because
growth
all the
hormones.
Is that why I'm going
Fish.
down at 22?
Listen, no. You need to actually think about this. Look at our parents and our generation above us. Yeah, they might be short because they worked in the mines and stuff like that. So there's a height thing there.
Yeah.
But we're all over, except for Forrest. We're all around
Thanks.
6 foot tall. We're all tall now. Our parents, the average height was like what, 5'5", 5'6"? Now the average height is like 6'1".
I think
6
that's
foot.
also like that's based off of not
Kids
only
that are
genetics,
14
but you're
look like they're adults.
well, that's also based off of like genetics, environment, etc. So like say for example, because my one cousin, for example, she's a little bit shorter. So are a lot of her friends. At her graduation party the other night, I saw a bunch of her friends were around her height, and I think that's because the environment that you're in. I'm around the same height that I went to people with my high school with because I grew up, and that was around the height. Not
I
only
was
with genetics, genetics came into play. But it's also, I think it's a very strong environment, like you were saying about how some of the parents worked in the mines, some worked in the farms.
Yeah.
That also went into play with in regards to
How they turned out.
How they turned out, yeah.
So I also want to point out one other thing. We didn't want to bring politics into
Oh,
the
no, it's fine. We're being
podcast.
civil about it.
This became the most political, intriguing,
Robbie's the
like,
political
introspective
debater. We're at Robbie's
thing
place,
ever.
so
I just gave up. I gave up. I was trying to do podcasts about video games and like nerdy topics. It's like,
We
no,
did. Video
let's go
games and
introspective
anime.
on
We're
this
already at
shit.
an hour.
yeah, I know. This is extra.
Let's just keep going. Let's keep talking.
Okay.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, this is
Fuck it.
But,
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I mean, we're
Fuck it.
relating anime and manga back into it too. We're talking geeky stuff. It's
Yeah,
fine.
technically.
But
It's a well-rounded podcast.
we are short compared to our high school classes.
What does that mean?
That's the bad part. Like
What
we're
is-
6 foot tall.
What does
you
that
go out in
mean?
public, we're like
I
we're
feel
tall.
short out in public.
No, I feel short
in public. I
trust
feel
me.
tall because most of the people around us are shorter than us.
I'm short as shit.
In Pittsburgh, I see a lot of people that are like 6'5",
We hang out with
6'6".
freaking. But if you go back to our graduating classes and stuff, we're short. Maybe not your grade. My grade was. My grade was freaking tall as
My
hell.
grade was tall. I'm short.
My grade had a lot of people that were short. Corin.
But then you look at me compared to the rest of my family, and I'm a goddamn giant.
Yeah, I'm the tallest one in my
I'm like,
immediate household.
Look, I'm
guys.
Gimli, okay? You guys are like, you're Aragorn, you're Legolas, it's fine.
Oh, I'm Legolas. I get to be Orlando Bloom.
Yep, you get to be pointless in a bunch of movies except for some action scenes in the Hobbit.
That's all I need. I just need
killed
to,
a bunch of orcs with CGI!
I just need to shoot a bow well.
Aren't you great I'm here?
What are your elf I see?
Yes.
Legolas, what are your elf I see? Money.
All right, what video games are coming out now?
Video games? I have
we're
a list,
excited
bitch,
for?
because I'm the only one who gives a
That we're
shit.
excited for? Or
Yeah.
is coming out?
Well, right now-
Pokemon's
for-
coming out. Pokemon. I'm waiting for E3. E3
I don't-
Borderlands is coming out.
See,
Yeah,
you're
I
getting
wish-
Shield.
Yeah.
You're getting Sword. What am I left with?
Whichever one you want.
You can choose whichever one.
I'll just get both.
Don't get both.
$120 down the
both.
drain.
Here's the
Don't
thing.
both.
I wish that Borderlands 3 wasn't caught up with so much shit.
What do you mean?
I want Randy. Do you not know about
Oh,
Randy
like the
Pitchford?
voice
He needs to
actors
shut
and
the
stuff?
fuck up.
Yeah.
No, Randy Pitchford
What's-
is the bane of this planet.
What's
and I wish he
ruining
wasn't.
Borderlands 3?
Okay, Randy Pitchford. He's the same motherfucker who was like, "Hey, Alien Colonial Marines! It's such an amazing game. Look at this demo, isn't it great?"
Do you
No, that game was
realize
bad.
that in Space Marines, the last one that came out that was really bad, if you changed one line of code to fix the AI,
The AI,
it works.
yeah, which makes it even worse.
You literally had to change one thing from,
You know-
from yes, it was YE.
Oh, it didn't fix
No, it wasn't
everything.
true. It was
Mike,
TRU. You had to add an E on the end of it,
Mike,
and it would
this-
at least make it playable.
Like, all that did
It
was
was-
fix the AI.
Yeah.
The graphics still look like
Yeah.
ass, and
Yeah.
so does the gameplay.
Graphics don't make a good game. Fuck
Not
off.
whenever they showed an amazing game that was supposed to be what you were playing, and they lied. Hey guys, remember the Anthem demo? I'm so great that. Oh wait.
I think they kind of go hand in
Still
hand,
playing
except
Anthem.
if the gameplay
Yeah, it's
itself
fine, but
is
that's
good,
not what it is.
then the graphics don't really matter.
Yeah.
But if the gameplay,
I'm tired of lying. I'm tired of being lied to.
oh yeah,
I don't want to see another CG trailer from Battlefront 2 trying to show me what the game is, and they fucking lie to me. I don't watch them anymore. I don't look at them anymore. They're not what the game is.
For it. Where's my butt crack in Devil May Cry?
Where's my fucking butt crack?
Whoa. We can't talk about video game censorship, okay? I'm
Sony-
doing a fucking report on that in English class right now, and I don't want to talk about it.
Sony's doing it still. They're just being quiet about it now.
And it's not just Sony.
there's
Well, no, but they're the ones that are the most think of the children for rated M for mature games that no children should be playing.
The number one argument against censoring video games is that violent video games make kids violent, which every single study has proven falsely against. Because no matter how violent a video game gets, as long as it's in a cooperative team situation, it supports more positives than negatives.
y'all play GTA 5 and you sell cocaine. Do you do that in real life?
Well, you
No.
do it with your friends.
Well, no-
You don't know what I do whenever I go to work.
How do you think you afford this?
How do you think we're in this apartment?
I'm joking. I don't.
I'm
actually
selling
sell
eggs.
cocaine.
What's my oregano on them?
Robbie's sitting there, he's calling, "Yeah, babe, I'll be home for work." "No, what's my name?" "Robbie Bailey." "You're goddamn right."
You
Thanks
just
for
lost his last name.
Yeah, thanks for blasting my last name, bro.
Oh shit.
That's okay. There's like a million of us.
Generic last names.
There were
There
three.
is no-
There
I forgot!
were 4 just in our hometown with a 2,000 census.
Timestamp it. What time is it?
Jesus.
Hour and 11.
We're fine.
Go back to the hour 11 cut out. It's fine.
There's another fun game though that just came out. It's a remake. Do you guys know Shadowgate?
I was gonna ask you about this a little
Oh my
bit
gosh,
ago.
I'm so excited. So Shadowgate, it was on, I don't know if it was the NES or
NES.
It was NES. So it was a dungeon walkthrough puzzle game, and it's a lot of fun. You have to figure out how to get through this dungeon. You have to fight a dragon. You have to fight a sorcerer. All this other shit.
D&D,
And
but visuals.
It's D&D but visuals, and it's so much fun.
Shadowrun?
And Shadowgate.
Shadowgate. No, Shadowrun is
So
a
it
fighting-
was an old
Shadowrun
school
is not
game.
a fighting game.
It is. It's an FTP.
Listen,
Yeah, no, it's not. Well, it's kind of a fighting game. It's more so puzzle.
Shadowrun?
Shadowrun is like an RPG-ish thing that started
it's
out-
not. It's
No.
It's you have a cursor and you click on things to
That's a point
do
and click.
actions. It's a point and click
It's a point-
adventure.
RPG.
It's a point and click
It's a point and
adventure.
click
Yeah,
adventure.
it's not an RPG. Or yeah, it's.
On the
Continue.
SNES it isn't. It's based on an RPG.
Continue.
But they made a remake on the Switch, and I can actually get it, and we can play it later. But it's so much fun. You sit there and you kind of try to go through. Like Robbie said, it's a D&D, but it's a point and click visual D&D. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this because it's like my childhood. My dad showed me this game because he used to play it when he was a kid, and oh my gosh, the graphics are absolutely gorgeous, and the gameplay itself it mimics the old game, except it's like
There are slight differences.
there's slight differences, but it mimics it so
they
well.
optimized it.
There
They
are,
pretty much just optimize
modern,
it,
yeah.
but it's good.
there are
Like
a lot of old point-and-click adventure games that are amazing.
oh, but Shadowgate is absolutely it's like 5 out of 5, at least for me. The storyline is amazing.
How was
The-
that, Robbie?
The ball in my lip ring popped out and shot down my body.
It's not like a little squeaky toy.
Well, that's awesome. So it's being remade, or it is done?
It's done.
It's already done. Like I said, I can get it on the Switch, and we can all.
Nintendo's killing it this year, though.
They are.
Oh, Nintendo blows
Because-
everything out.
Xbox
No, no,
got its ass kicked this
Nintendo,
generation.
Nintendo's being smart.
It did.
Because Nintendo went back on their policy that they had, where they're like, all of our games are going to be family friendly. Nintendo swapped up their
because
strategy.
they let third-party developers.
What
Yeah,
happened? What happened
all
too
kinds
is
of
that
third-party
Sony's like, Ugh,
Yeah, Sony's
since
shooting
we're
themselves
ahead,
in the
we're gonna get rid of all the anime titty games that are on the
Saga and
PS3
That everyone played.
and it was one of the main benefits of buying a PS3. Your anime games, and now
I mean,
Nintendo's
Steam
like,
did the same thing.
come to me, come.
The
No
fucking
longer family friendly.
Big
We're
Titty
for
Ninja
everyone.
Game, Kagura and Saga, Big Titty Ninja Game. It's going to the Switch.
Yeah,
Not only
that's-
that,
I
but they're
told
adding
you.
vibration controls. I ain't even joking.
That was one of my favorite things on
The
Borderlands 2.
Switch is
that
so
you got the,
basically the Switch is making out on this because the
Nintendo's
PS4
cashing
has,
it in because
yeah,
they're being
the
smart.
PS4
and
has
Sony is shooting themselves
gotten
in
rid
the
of a
foot.
market. They're taking a market that the PS4 is like, we don't need this market anymore.
Well, that's
Think
why
of the
Steam,
children.
That's why Steam took off.
Yeah.
Steam took off because Steam was like, we will allow basically anything.
Rape Day.
Some of them have gotten banned.
That's
Sorry,
Rape Day
but-
didn't get banned yet. Rape Day follows all the. I'm not buying it. I don't
Yeah.
want to play it.
Yeah.
I read what it is.
We already talked about this. It was uncomfortable then. I don't want to talk about it now. Let's move on.
But they follow all the guidelines, and I think that is beautiful. Because if you don't want to fucking play the game, don't fucking buy the game.
Well, that's how Steam
I
said
think,
about
yeah.
it. Steam cracked down. What was that like in?
They have guidelines
Here's
that you
the
have
thing
to
about-
follow,
Well,
but
they cracked down on some of their guidelines and stuff, and they removed a bunch of games. Like
So-
a ton of anime games and shit got removed from
Yeah.
Steam. Like
So
a few months ago.
everyone is-
But then immediately, Gaben came back. Gaben himself actually came back and posted saying, "The way we look at it is, if you don't want this game and this isn't the type of content you want to play, don't play it. If there's a market for it, we'll sell
That's
them."
the beauty of it, though. Everybody
Yeah.
likes different things. Although I'm personally not a fan of Rape Day, just because of obviously the content.
Hatred.
If there's people that want to play it, then go for it. I'm personally not going to play it. I think they should at least put like warnings of.
there is mature.
Yeah,
There
Did
is
you
adult-rated
Steam?
games out there.
Did you unlock your
There's
Steam?
exactly. Halo was rated
You
mature
can
whenever
do
it
it
first came
by-
out.
I
you
have
can-
my Steam unlocked.
You
They
can either
weren't. That's the
unlock
thing,
it-
though.
Yeah.
You
There's
imagine
two
that
different
these.
conversations.
Well, we'll let you guys go ahead.
There's two ways you can do it. You can unlock it so
In
that it never
settings.
pops up, or you can set it for each specific title.
Oh no, I unlocked. There's a setting that they hid inside of your profile, like deep inside on Steam, that you can get the adult-only games unlocked.
But there is also a family setting, so
Yeah.
if parents were more involved, they can lock those down so that they don't pop
You know
up
the
at all.
parents aren't
Right.
involved.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
If we become parents, we're going to be involved because
I'm
we
the one
know
who's going to
about
be
it.
sitting there on the
Dude,
Xbox 360
ESRB
putting on the
rating
family
system
settings.
is a
They're
god
like,
tier
no.
system, and I will use it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing too. I like Steam to get more competition, just not from the Epic Store.
Or
Because
there's a new
What
one,
was the Google one?
GOG.com.
It's the Google one coming
God.
out.
there's a lot of stores out there. None of them are getting close, and the only one that is relatively close
Hey.
to rivaling Steam is the Epic Store, and that damn thing is a mess.
I hate
And how they're doing it is the most asinine way possible.
By buying a bunch of games.
I'm gonna make a
rights
bunch of
to come out
exclusive
early.
on. But here's the
Yeah.
thing: they are actively fucking up. Not only
Epic?
is the store a piece of shit, it doesn't even have a cart yet.
Oh, Epic?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can't even have. There's not even a shopping cart, so each purchase has to be
Well,
made
they're grabbing
singly and stuff.
exclusives because they want to try to beat out
But
Steam.
Mike-
But what they don't realize is that Steam's fully functional
They-
community and modding systems and
It has nothing to do with that. They're still getting traction because of those exclusives, but they are not working on the store.
They're not getting traction.
They're not working on the store. They're
getting
spending
hate because of the
They are spending all of their money on getting those exclusives, which is doing nothing but pissing
They
people
bought
off.
freaking Borderlands.
And here's the
3
thing, though,
early.
like they did a sale, okay? They did a sale and they botched it so hard that even the developers that were going over to them are no longer going to be with them because they did a sale and they didn't tell the developers they were selling their game for a sale.
Nah, one of
So
the
what they
mistakes
did,
was,
what they took it down by a certain percentage
no, they did that to the whole store.
of U.S. dollars.
They fucked
though.
up and put a percentage sale on everything on their store for the entire store. So a bunch of people bought Borderlands 3 for cheaper because it fucking reduced the price.
And it's not even out yet.
And it's not even out
But
yet.
that's not the worst part. The part that made a bunch of video games pulling their games off of the store is because what they did was they took $10 of US off. They did not convert it to the other currencies of the world. So over in European countries, they are getting their dollar. They're getting Borderlands 3, another game, just as an example, for $5.
Yep.
For $5 of our dollars in prices, or they're getting it for like $2. or $3.
Oh God.
And then you know what's bad over there? Pirating games.
That's bad.
So now they're taking it off the store and trying to put it back up, and they're like, why would I buy this game for $50 in our currency when I can just pirate the damn thing? It was just $5 last week.
Yep.
So now they shot themselves in the foot. All the developers are trying to raise their prices.
To make up for that lost money.
And now they're pissing other people off that wanted to buy the game, and now it's even more expensive.
Yeah.
So they fucked up big time on their store. So the Epic Store needs to get its shit together, or I'm not buying anything on that store until they fix the damn store.
So the PC
also the information. There was a bunch of things about maybe your
PC
information being fucked
Yeah.
with. So I'm just done with it.
The PC is kind of becoming like the whole Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo war, because these companies are buying exclusive rights to these games. You know how Witcher 3 was on Steam like maybe 2 months ago?
Oh,
You can only buy it on GOG.com now. Because I bought it on G2A because it's resaled digital copies, and I bought it for like $20, the gold edition. I assumed it would go into my Steam library where, I have all my fucking games, but no. I had to download GOG Library. I have to have a second application for this single game that I want to play.
You just bought your Ubisoft game on Steam. You better have Uplay, motherfucker.
Yeah, that annoys me too. I have Assassin's Creed Unity 2, Syndicate, and Origins on Steam,
Yeah.
but it plays through
All the
Uplay
different launchers
fucking-
that they want you to have. No,
so
but
stupid.
Here's another bit of news that came out where Microsoft and Sony are now working together.
I was gonna say, yeah, they finally teamed up.
I know
to try to
Microsoft
take
and
down-
Nintendo.
They're doing
No,
that.
no.
They're working together.
They're
all
trying to
of
make a
them.
new streaming platform because for some odd reason, video game companies think that streaming games is the new market. No one wants to buy a game digitally or a physical copy.
Well, no,
they
I'm
want to
not- I
pay
don't
a
wanna-
set price and be able to play all of
I don't want to talk about that one
library.
streaming site where you literally stream games to your computer. That's the stupidest thing
That's
I've
what we're
ever heard
getting.
of.
That's
I
what
know
we're
that's
getting.
the stupidest shit, but they're working together on it, and this is
They're
like
trying to make one to outdo Google because
I thi-
Google's making a streaming site.
and then Google's making a console.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a console, and here's the thing: I imagine eventually home consoles aren't going to exist anymore. At a certain point of a generation, we might as well just have a home computer, and the consoles are basically going to be computers.
They are computers.
So then,
Yeah.
what happens whenever Microsoft, PlayStation, and Nintendo have to compete with every single computer company out there?
I think
So what they're doing
Steam
is
will
they're
eat all of them up.
that is why
I don't
Sony
know
and
about that,
Microsoft and
Robbie.
Nintendo are all of a sudden, hey, they're all working together
I don't
all of
know
a sudden
about
this
that.
generation.
I don't know if Steam will eat them up or not. You seem to be forgetting about a very failed project that got pushed under the rug and nobody's talked about in a few years called the Steam Machine.
The Steam Link?
Steam Machine.
That's
Oh,
Steam
Steam Machine.
Remember they were going to sell a bunch of PCs?
They
with Steam optimized on it?
were PCs with just the Steam OS on them, so they could only be used for Steam.
But they were made by like Alien and everyone else.
So those failed because the Steam Link existed, and if you had a computer already, you just had to buy a Steam Link, and it had the same fucking thing on your TV. So it was $50 as opposed to $599. So that's why that failed. And then the Steam Link wasn't really being bought anymore because everybody had one. So they went on sale for $5 and then again for $2.50. Now they're gone. Now Steam came out with an app on your phone where you can hook a controller into it and play your games. I think it's still on home Wi-Fi, but I think they're working on internet.
On your phone.
Yep, it just mimics your PC. It's
Wow, mobile games have come a long way.
If you own a game on your PC, you can play it on your phone. We utilize it whenever we play Cuphead. We play out in the living room on my Steam Link. So now we can play on our MacBooks, on our iPads, on our tablets, anywhere. If you want to go take a shit and you still want to keep playing with your buds, fucking go take a shit and play with your buds.
Speaking of shit,
Well, we still got.
Oh no.
I mean, we're at an hour and a half.
Now.
hold on. All right, we can keep going.
He sucked it in.
He made Dear Lord.
That dude that can suck air in his
You
asshole.
ever
apart.
seen like what the hell's that movie where Bill Murray's trying to kill all the gophers or the groundhogs and the
Groundhog
like?
Day?
No, it's like a golf course. What the fuck is that movie called?
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
It like
the
puts
movie.
dynamite in the fucking
Probably
like,
something
hole.
stupid based off Whack-A-Mole.
What? No, back in the day, movies weren't based off of stupid
Yes,
shit.
yes they were.
Actually, they were.
Billy Madison.
Not as many though.
Any Adam Sandler movie?
Hey, look at me! I'm Adam Sandler.
No, I like old Adam
I was
Sandler.
about to say, don't diss on old Adam Sandler.
But then he came out
Made
with
a
Jack and
Netflix
Jill.
deal.
Yeah, Jack and Jill was
Have
horrible.
you seen his Netflix movies?
No,
No.
I don't.
Don't see them.
Don't watch Adam Sandler movies anymore.
Oh God.
I liked Grown Ups. That was about the last one that I actually liked.
Yeah, I
They had a
didn't like
sequel
Grown
for
Ups.
that.
Grown Ups too.
Yeah, that's
Grown Ups
Grown
one.
Ups 2 was...
I hate sequels.
Grown Ups 2, they tried way too
Sequels
hard.
hate you.
Tell me one good sequel or remake that
To a
has come
movie?
out. Yeah.
We're not counting remakes. Remakes are universally bad in movies.
Okay.
In movies, anyway. In video games, it's different.
People would
Remakes can be
argue
good.
the Marvel franchise, to which
No.
I would respond
It
with
is not a
no.
remake. What are you talking about?
No, sequels.
Sequels?
That's
That's not sequels. They're
They
not.
are one giant timeline. All of them are sequels.
That's something completely
It's
different.
probably universe.
Like,
That is a little...
I would say
Avatar
this
2.
much: Terminator 2. Terminator 2.
Okay, let's go 2010 or newer.
Oh, now you're really Spider-Man 2.
Which
What
one?
about
You're
Spider-Man?
2010.
Which
That's
Spider-Man
early 2000s.
2? Which Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
The
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire ones.
one, yeah.
Doc Ock was a fucking cool thing. The movie fell apart a little bit at the end of the movie, but
I didn't like
what's Spider-Man 3?
But Spider-Man 3 is also a sequel. So you can't
They
rule out.
ruined it by adding.
Are you
another
talking
one.
about all sequels? You said number 2s, like a second.
Yeah, but then they added a third one, and the third one ruined it.
Well, we
Yeah,
like
the third one ruined the whole movie.
The third one had good parts to it.
Shrek
Okay?
2 was good.
I like
Just tried
watching.
to- Shrek 2
what about
was
Shrek
good.
3 and Shrek?
We're not talking about Shrek 3 or 4.
We need to be removed from it.
Can you not be in the franchise for 5
What about
minutes?
the Christmas Shrek movie?
Fucking don't start with me.
What about all the
bro.
spin-off Shrek?
I know
Stop
the
it.
sequel
What
is
about
not
the
bad.
Shrek music CD?
Shrek 1
Pokemon.
had a
All the
thematic-
Pokemons that keep coming out because they're all still okay.
Are
It
they?
doesn't matter. Pokemon is
We were
still
talking about
okay.
movies though, not video games. Like
Now,
some video games are
the
different.
remake of the original Pokemon movie
Is it
is gonna
bad?
make us all want to throw up. Have you not seen the CGI?
It's
It's like
We're
Play
not
Doh.
talking, we're not talking about
Yeah.
the Pokemon remake, are we again?
Yeah.
I
They're
had
making
high
the
hopes
Mewtwo.
for that.
They're making the Mewtwo movie.
Go
It
look it
looks
up.
bad. It looks like Robot Chicken. It looks
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like
Robot
Claymation.
Chicken Pokemon
It's like
movie.
Claymation.
Oh no!
I had such high
Meowth
hopes.
doesn't talk in that
You wanna
one.
watch Ash die again and Pikachu cry?
And
but
guess
only in
what?
Clay?
Guess what, Robbie?
Cries in clay! Oh my god, that needs to be a meme
Guess
format
what,
now.
Robbie?
Cries in clay.
Robbie, in the remake, the Pokemon movie remake, Meowth doesn't talk.
He had the best speech, didn't he?
He always does.
He doesn't talk
Dude,
anymore.
I
They don't
wanna
like
see-
it. They're trying to distance from
Stop.
the Boston
This
accent and
Pokemon
cat.
movie has to come out. I want to see the meme Cries in clay. I have to see Pikachu crying and it said Cries in clay.
By the way, Detective Pikachu apparently was a good movie.
That's what I hear. I want
I've been hearing
it.
it's
That's just
good.
because Ryan Reynolds is a good actor.
Now, we're not going to
Well,
talk
the
about
actor does
Now,
what the Sonic
do you
movie's
know what
going to be
I-
like, but
Has anyone actually watched Detective Pikachu yet?
no.
I've got major spoilers on it though.
Well,
That's
don't.
why.
No
So I was
spoilers
gonna talk
here
about
yet.
why the Pikachu
Well,
talks.
tell you what, we'll all watch it, and then we can...
I was gonna mention why the Pikachu talks, which is
Why?
major spoil. Do you really want to know?
No, I
It's
wanna
No!
know.
Spoilers.
Shut
That's
up! No
not-
spoilers! Stop!
I don't mind.
I could message it to you.
I already got spoiled on Marvel's
how we do
Avengers
secret
movie. I don't want to
conversations.
get spoiled on this.
I got
Take
you,
everything
don't
away
worry.
from me, Mike.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna put it in Founders Chat so I can see it?
No, I'm sending it to just him. So I
Good.
can suck pee-pee.
I'll repost it
His
to
pee-pee.
Founders.
You bitch! Leave it alone. I don't want to get spoiled on that.
But that's the thing is, like, everybody sees how successful movies do, and then they want to make a sequel.
How did
They
the
want
Sonic
that
movie
more
get
money.
made? How did that happen?
We're not, no.
That movie, you know how that movie looks so much like an early 2000s movie based off of like a video game character or like a comic book character or something. It's not even funny. Back when they were like, okay, so we got this character, right? We want to make a movie about him.
Makes sense?
So here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna take every single piece of the source material, fucking throw that shit out the window, okay? We're making our own movie, but we're using the character. But we're making our own movie, okay? And we gotta make him look different and gross looking. He has to look gross.
It's just a money pit.
This has
anymore.
been what you just said has been actually the biggest debate in every movie that has ever mimicked something ever.
Yeah.
Comic
source
books.
material.
Comic
What are
books.
they?
People are like,
What are they?
it doesn't follow the comic books. I don't like it.
No, but
If you haven't read the
listen,
comic books, it's a good story.
Listen, there's
World of
some things-
Warcraft was a good fucking movie,
Okay,
and they shit on it because
look,
they don't know the
look.
lore of World of Warcraft.
Some things for a cinematic purposes you have to change. Or I
Yes.
feel like it won't work in a movie.
Yes.
That's okay. But when you take the complete origin,
And the story.
you take the complete... Like Sonic, for instance. He is not a hedgehog in his real world. He's not doing anything that has to do with Sonic. He's an alien
Yeah.
from another planet.
A lot of people don't understand.
He doesn't collect rings. He throws them as dimension wormholes.
Yeah.
Like, nothing
A lot of
about that
people-
has to do with Sonic,
a lot
other
of-
than the character, because that will make people
A
sit
lot of people
in
don't
the
get the
theater
lore
and watch
behind
it.
Sonic, though. They don't understand that the way
Then
that
why
it goes
make
is
a
that
Sonic
lives
movie?
in the middle of the jungle, basically.
Why make a Sonic movie then?
He has a bunch of friends that are animals. Dr. Robotnik is a crazy mad scientist that kidnapped all of his friends to do tests on them.
He's a fucking
The
cartoon.
story is literally about a hedgehog saving his friends.
He's a fucking cartoon character! No, but instead
And
of...
the Chaos Emeralds.
Guess what?
They come in there too, and a bunch of lore with the Echidna clan and
But here's the
emeralds
thing.
and magic. And
Here's the thing. You're not even taking the basic aspect of that. Instead, we have a blue... human-like alien
But there's
that
that
meets a
giant.
generic white cop,
There's
and
the
they do a buddy adventure in the real world.
There's the
White.
giant conspiracy theory that they just made the CGI for Sonic really bad in order to build hype for the movie.
I-
because
Yeah.
it built bad publicity.
I
If they don't-
believed that. I believed it at one point, and then now I just think they're incompetent.
I don't know. Redoing an entire movie's CGI before releasing it when it's supposed to release in a few months seems a little bit too far fetched for
Hashtag gotta fix fast. That was what the guy sent out. That's his hashtag.
If they don't release another trailer with the new CGI, I'll believe that.
theory.
But if they release it, then I'll watch the movie.
It was so bad though because even the creator was thanking everybody for
Yeah.
causing
oh,
an
we got
uproar.
feedback. Looks like the thing was, it looks like Sega fucking hated. They hated the direction that Hollywood was trying to take their movie.
But
There's a lot of evidence. It's like Sega's like,
Well,
why did you make him into a horror? What is that?
Here's the thing too. There's been a huge conspiracy theory going around that wasn't the original
No,
make
it was
for
not
Sonic.
the original. Well, that's
They
the thing.
just wanted to get a rise for
Why
people
don't
to
they
get
sh-
publicity.
Why don't they
fixed
show
it with
more
Steve
models?
Buscemi's eyes.
Every single like CGI thing, they have a couple models laying around where they should be able to show us what the art was or the process of this, but they're not showing
The
anything.
concept, yeah.
So that's why it's a little.
I
It's
could rock a
just-
man bun.
Conspiracy! Put on your foil caps!
See that man bun?
It's not okay.
he's a pineapple top.
He's a
You know, like the
Roasting a pineapple
turkey.
under the
You know, like the turkey leg has like a little end of it,
R-O-B-B-I-E.
like the little cap on it. The turkey legs have like
Dear
that.
God,
cap
why did
on
that
it,
rhyme?
cap on it.
I want to
Do it with his
die.
head. Just do it with the hair. Just
Oh
put a
my
cap
God.
on it like that.
I need
Perfect.
to Photoshop that.
Take a picture right now. Just the hair stick.
Oh
Just
my
pop
god, I will
in.
Photoshop that. I will do it.
White cap,
Straight up.
like the end of a turkey leg.
No,
where it has a
and
white
the
cap
turkey
and this
legs where
little
they put
one.
the little white cap on the end of the turkey leg.
Do that with your hair.
We'll go Forrest.
Make his head look like a pineapple.
I cut off my hair. I have hair. I just don't like having long
Cut off
hair,
his
so I get rid of it.
I like having long hair.
Forrest cuts off everything he doesn't like.
That's right.
Fuck his appendix. I hate it.
I didn't like it. It was trying to kill me. It needed to go.
Yeet.
Oh boy. Anybody have anything else to talk about?
I mean, we covered games, we covered politics,
Movies.
I don't know. I want to talk
covered some
about how.
anime and stuff.
I want to talk about genetics, and we were talking about genetics and everything. I see where I get my awkwardness from. Just the other day, I had to eat a meatball hoagie that also had lettuce, tomato, and fucking onions in it. My dad went to Subway and was talking to the lady and got a meatball sub for me, and then got himself like an Italian sub and had all these things in it. And the lady asked him, "What do you want in it?" And he's like, "Oh, I want lettuce, tomato, and onions and all that other stuff." And so he, according to him, he walked over and went to look at the chip bags or something, and came back, and she was just putting the lettuce, tomato, and onions in the meatball hoagie, a hot meatball hoagie. Who the fuck eats a meatball hoagie with lettuce, tomato, and like onions in it for like a cold hoagie? So does my dad say anything? No. He continues his purchase,
I hope
buys
he
the
got
hoagie,
toasted.
brings it home, and then tells
Oh.
me you can just pick it out of it.
I hope he got it toasted.
He didn't get it toasted.
Oh, I wish he would have got it toasted.
So what I had to do was pick lettuce, tomato, and onions out of my meatball hoagie, reheated it because he put it in the fridge.
Oh, now you toasted it.
And then it tasted like vegetable beef soup, only more disgusting hoagie. I ate a vegetable beef
on bread.
a vegetable beef hoagie. It was disgusting.
Soup on bread.
There's this thing that I do at Subway though. It is so good. where you can get like a pizza sub. I call it a pizza sub. So they use the marinara sauce from the meatball subs. They just use the sauce. They don't use the meatballs or anything
Just
like that.
sauce.
They put provolone, pepperoni, etc. They toast it.
What about the lettuce
Has the
and
ADD
tomatoes?
kicked in over here?
Or
I
not
can tell.
onions.
The ADD is strong with this one.
Yes, you. Calm down.
It looks like a troll doll.
Robbie is a troll doll. Let's be real.
He is.
That's how my hair feels.
All right. Everybody get everything out of their systems for this long ass podcast.
I think so.
I feel like we did good. We made up for missing one the other week.
Yeah, I feel like I have to
Just
pee,
an even
though.
longer one.
I feel like I have to pee.
Yeah, that's what I said. He said, did you get everything out of your system? I'm like, I feel like I have to pee, though.
You have to pee before we go.
So look forward to some new Super Mario Brothers.
Turn this
for
car
the Wii.
around!
Look forward to some new Super Mario Brothers on the Wii, the finishing of Smash, the hiatus of Pokemon, and I guess
Excuse me, the finishing of Smash and the finishing of Pokemon.
let's reveal it here, Mike. Me and Mike, when I said we
Nobody
weren't doing
talked
any more
about it, though.
multiplayer games, we are confirmed. We're doing Metroid, the whole Prime
What do
trilogy.
you mean? When did you say we weren't doing any more multiplayer games? What?
Like 5 conversations ago when you were looking at your phone.
Hey.
Looks back at phone, and we are doing Zelda, the Twilight Princess. That's what we decided
Oh,
on.
I want to see this.
Some
Bring
I
it
love
out.
Twilight Princess.
Bringing back Subnautica.
It means I don't have to
bit.
dance for our
Also-
podcast footage anymore. We'll just fish in Twilight Princess.
That's
for
what I mean.
hours.
Like it depends
No,
on
when Forrest takes his nap, I'll play Twilight Princess.
how long it takes us to finish Twilight Princess or Metroid depends. Twilight mostly because I
Well,
want to fish. I love my fish.
Metroid depends on how long it fucking
We
I
need to
can
get
play
pictures
through
of
it.
True.
And then possibly, if Robbie wants to, we'll probably do a gameplay of Shadowgate.
We need to get a capture card first.
Yeah.
I need to get an Elgato as well.
Oh,
that I
Elgato's
can do
around
whatever the fuck I
$200
wanna
bucks.
do. Ah, that's fine.
That's
cheap.
fine. We got that laying around.
Do ya?
I could get one right now.
Alright, well, I guess that would
Buy two.
conclude this podcast. This podcast number...
I'll give you $50
12.
for
Time
weeks.
slot number 12. That's the
I
end of
don't
it.
know.
Alright,
No,
Robbie,
catch us up.
I need you to
We
move
did
your
that.
arm over and hit the stop recording button.
Alright. Oh, Forrest ended it? Okay.
Boop.